wait, hold on. Now they can hear us. There we go. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much. This is the problem. We don't have a producer, so
Don't give you that look.
I forget to unmute things.
You can go fuck yourself.
I know.
So Sean just
Totally
did a totally asshole thing.
Sean is an insensitive bastard.
It was, yes, that was insensitive, but it was not.
Bastard.
It was
totally
not
insensitive bastard move.
Prick.
It was not intentional.
Total insensitive bastard
I'm
move.
sorry.
You
Insensitive
should be.
bastard.
You should.
I
be.
am definitely sorry because I was like, I thought you. Forget it.
All right, let's go.
So something funny happened just a minute ago.
No, it wasn't
No,
funny.
no,
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 it's not
no.
funny.
Something funny didn't happen, and then Sean
Yes.
just
So
completely turned wrench.
Sean,
And
Sean was just the biggest dick of all time for
Not
like
intentionally.
no reason
Unintentionally.
whatsoever. It was completely unintentional, but
It's
it was
not like
supposedly.
I was injecting drugs in my arm, and I'm like, I'm not doing it.
All right, Kermit.
fucking fantastic. That was
Thank
great.
you.
I love it. I absolutely fucking
Yes,
love it.
I am sorry. That
Thank
was,
you, Sean,
that
for
was a
doing
big-
that.
That was a big fuck up on my end.
That was fucking fantastic. Thank you, buddy, for that. That was great.
Oh, fuck you.
No.
No, it
Fuck
was.
you.
No, fuck you. Fuck
Okay.
you.
Or like back in the day when we were in 5th grade. Fa dash Q.
Fuck you.
And then teachers couldn't be
Fuck
like, what is
you.
that? I'm like, it's just fa la 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 Q.
That's true.
Bitch.
That's how that went. And Sean knows this. He was there. He lived it.
I did.
All right, so sorry for the delay. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, as usual.
And a phone call that was a little personal.
Yeah, because my computer decided to restart.
Sean's
And
a
then
dick.
there was a personal phone call. We would have
take
been
it.
on about,
I'll
it would have been about 12 minutes ago that we
Yeah.
would have been on.
Yeah,
Maybe a little
but,
14 minutes ago.
Got a call.
But then,
family
we had
stuff,
to,
so.
Keith had to handle a personal call, which Sean stepped all over
Fucking
and
shit.
totally made inappropriate comments
like
at the
that.
wrong time. But he,
Inconsiderate bastard.
in Sean's defense, I really do believe he didn't know what he was saying as he
I
said
mean,
it.
I'd like to hope so.
So
You're a piece of shit.
Can we just give like the
Listen.
Cliff Notes version of the story real quick?
Listen.
So my dad called.
Fucking hell. Go ahead.
Longtime dog of his just passed 17.
17-year-old pooch.
17-year-old
What kind of
pooch.
pooch?
It was a Yorkie.
Oh, man.
So you know how that goes. That's
Yep.
just like the house dog.
I
like,
know.
chills on the
My
couch,
parents'
you know.
Yorkies, she's
know.
blind and getting weird
know.
and stuff, too. So
So
Keith
so
gets a call.
as we're talking, we're just talking about other stuff that's going on.
Getting
in
ready
life
to
real
come
quick.
on the show.
Getting ready to come on the show. And in the middle of, conversation, Sean's like, all right, let's go.
His dad. No. So Keith is talking to his dad. His dad's explaining to him, like, yeah, not doing too good, man. I came home. The dog's not here. First time in 17 years. This is a long time. It's his dad's basically, telling him, like, I'm hurting right now.
And Sean's just
This
like,
is
I'm
my
ready
dog.
to start the show, bro.
I had to put my dog down, and he's got him on speakerphone. And Keith had addressed the prefaced the phone call with, hey, what's up? I'm on the radio. What's up? And he goes, and so then this conversation takes place. We find out what the phone call is pertaining to, and like, hey, how you doing?
Rest in peace, Conway.
How's it?
I'm
How's
like,
it gonna be
Sean
going?
over here.
And Keith's dad's like, not good, man. Not good. Not doing very good right now. And
Yes.
Sean, and then out of nowhere, Sean, sounds like the phone call's like about to start wrapping up, and we're like a tad late getting started. And I'm just sitting here like just kind of waiting patiently, because I'm like, this is a big deal. Someone just is calling to tell you that they just put their dog down, man. That's a big fucking deal. And Sean just goes, all right, let's go. Like
The most best part about it was, I look up and Joey straight up like,
I look at Sean, I'm like, I'm doing like the hands. I'm like, whoa, easy. What's the rush, cowboy? And Sean's like, what? And I'm like, chill, like let it go. He goes, no, you said let's go. And he like keeps going with it. Meanwhile, Keith's dad's on speakerphone hearing all this. Hopefully he didn't catch it, but it
Probably
was.
not.
Keith looks at Sean. I look at Sean.
I feel bad, okay?
thank you.
No, I legitimately do. I thought the guy is obviously upset and sad. Of course, we've all had pets. We've all lost long-time pets. It's sad. I'm trying to let Keith talk to his dad. I'm not minding my own business to a
And
degree.
Sean says he heard, let's go.
I
Sean
thought
heard voices.
Dead ass serious. I thought Joey said, "All right, let's go," and I was like, "All right, let's go." And then
And
everyone
we
looks at
all
me,
just
and I'm
were like,
and I'm like, what? And you're like, everyone's like, take it easy, my man. They turn the phone, and I'm like, oh no, I'm an asshole.
shout out to Pops and Conway and
Yeah.
the household.
So yeah.
R.I.P. Conway,
So
sir.
we start off the show
Shout
with
out.
me being a complete piece of shit.
Just inconsiderate bastard.
That was hilarious, though.
Well,
it was
It
hilarious
was a
for all
dark
the wrong
moment
reasons.
that turned into a good
It
moment.
was, yeah. It was.
so.
It's one of those phones
I
that,
would
like,
never.
obviously, as somebody who owns a pet, my parents' Yorkie is 13, going to be 14
Yeah,
this
right.
year. Like, not that far
Yo,
behind.
Pete's is going to be 9,
I know.
bro. Like,
it is the
9.
literal worst part of owning any pet, dude. Is when that pet's life ends, because there's nothing. No matter how many times you go through it. Like, I remember, like, when my in-laws had to put down their shepherd like 2 years ago. And I went, you go, me and the wife, we dropped by the house to say goodbye. And there's nothing that prepares you for that. Like, you think it's going to be like, okay, JJ, like, bye-bye, I love you. Like, I'll see you on the other side.
No, all jacked up.
Nope.
No, it's sad.
It's just like, and then you got to go to work and you're like,
Damn.
fuck me, dude. Like, that
Listen,
ruined my day way more than I wanted it to.
Goldberg, bro. That was Goldberg.
Berg was the man, bro. I remember sitting at
Goldberg.
your first apartment
Liberty Street, yeah.
on Liberty Street and picking him up and putting him in my lap.
Dude, he was just a girthy meatball.
And I would just
Bulldog,
rub his
my
belly.
bulldog.
I would just rub his
I know.
belly and he would do the snorts. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Me and Tommy Chang went by one
Oh,
night.
hell
It
yeah.
was friggin' awesome. But
Dog's
anyhow,
farts would clear out a bedroom.
but yeah,
a
it
room, bro.
just sucks, dude. And then and the worst part about us as humans is that, like, we experience the pain of losing a pet, a companion, someone that we've bonded with and love like that hard. Because and then the first thing we do is like, okay, we lose the pet and it takes about a month or two, and then all of a sudden, like 5-6 months later, you're like, yeah, it's kind of lonely around here. You want to get another one? And it's like.
No, not yet.
Like you're still experiencing the trauma from putting the first one down, but then immediately you're like, okay, but we could get a puppy.
Dude, from my shepherd to Goldberg was a good 4 or 5 year span.
I am
From-
dreading
from Goldberg
dreading
to
the day we
Petey?
have to put Lana down.
Dude, from Goldberg to Petey was a good 5 years as well.
Yeah.
You got a long time.
You know.
Oh, I know I got a long time, but a long time is never that long of a time.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm
Hey, you
not,
never know, bro. Like,
And honestly, I'm not dreading it for myself. I'm dreading it for the other people around me, and that's the hardest. And
you're
that's
gonna see Dick Joey.
the biggest part of it. But anyhow, well,
So there's some
on
other
to-
sad news for
so-
Sean and a fan base around here.
Yes,
What?
there is.
You know.
Speaking of
It's
sad
okay. I
news, we'll get
understand you're
into
bitter.
we'll get
So
into
other
Julian
people's sorrow
Edelman.
doesn't fucking matter to you.
Yeah.
Because you're
Sean-
bitter.
Okay, let's go.
He's like, I want to cry about my jewels,
Imagine
man.
if that was like my real reaction. Like, I don't give a shit about nothing.
I lost Julian Edelman
Did you guys hear
yesterday.
Julian Edelman retired? Fuck all your pets, man. Julian Edelman. So we'll talk about Julian Edelman's retirement. We'll prospect on some of the stuff that where he's going. We'll get into a little bit. I do want to touch on Mike Florio's comments about it today too, which were completely asinine, off the wall. In typical dickhead Mike Florio fashion.
I was gonna say, right up his
Yeah,
alley.
Right up his way.
He's such a fucking loser. It doesn't even matter. We'll get into that. We'll get into MLB. We'll get into the NBA. My Lakers just wiped the floor with the Nets the other night without AD and LeBron. So,
Kyrie got the toss with Schroeder.
Jamal Murray done for the year in Denver.
That sucks.
So basically, the Lakers can sleepwalk to the
well,
finals.
it's just the Lakers and the Jazz now at this point.
I just want to say, I just want to say, like, I was having this conversation with one of our hardcore listeners earlier today on social media.
Yeah,
I just want to pat myself on the back for being so ahead of the curve on the Nuggies and how good they are.
That was last year. Yeah.
I picked them to go to the Eastern
No,
Conference,
the
the
Nuggets-
Western
the
Conference
Nuggets are good.
Finals, and they did. And everybody laughed at me when I said they
No,
won.
I didn't laugh at all.
And well, you didn't. You
No,
you
not
doubted
one
it.
bit.
You
I
doubted it because
doubted it.
everybody was like, no, it's gonna be the Clippers.
Well, I honestly
I
thought the
doubted it.
Mavs were gonna get there.
Well, when they got what's his
But
face,
then when
from New York.
Doncic got hurt, it was like, all right, well,
Yeah, and they what's the kid's name there from the Knicks that they traded for? Jesus fucking Christ, Joe. I've been doing this all day. Word retrieval has not been my biggest thing. The kid they traded for.
last year.
Yeah.
Oh, Hardaway Jr.
No, the Russian.
Oh, Porzingis.
Porzingis.
Yeah,
Thank you. God, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
they did trade for Hardaway Jr. too. So
Yeah,
that's why I was
I know. Word retrieval.
like, the unicorn.
If I have trouble recalling shit today, I swear to God, it's because I didn't drink last night.
Porzingis sucks though.
Nah, Porzingis is actually pretty good, dude.
I don't know.
Porzingis is nice.
He's a double-double.
I think he's just okay.
Oh.
I thought I heard something. I'm like, what do I hear? And then I looked and I was like, there's nothing there. Okay.
Hi, love.
Good job, Lauren.
Hi, cat.
Love you. Watch your mouth.
Sean's an inconsiderate bastard.
Watch your mouth. Sean's an
Hey,
inconsiderate bastard.
one more minute.
My
and-
wife
and
just
it might
came
have
up.
been-
My wife just came upstairs to tell you you're an inconsiderate bastard
No,
for Russian.
I
people.
said that.
No,
I said, did you know Sean
you
was an
do it.
inconsiderate bastard?
Don't you do it.
Say it. Say it.
You shut
hey,
that
listen,
door.
I'll lean the mic that way.
Why don't you use more curse words?
Yeah, Lauren, you're on borrowed time.
So
You know, after 30 seconds, it gets real weird. Real weird.
So we got 2 weeks to the draft.
Ooh.
The NFL offseason
2 weeks?
continues
I told
to
you
roll
it's
on.
not. It's next Thursday.
I messed up.
It's not this.
It's not this Thursday. It's next Thursday.
It's not next Thursday either.
I thought it was the 23rd.
No, it's his 30th.
Oh, it's the 30th.
2.5 weeks.
The 30th is a Friday, so it's the 29th.
Don't worry, Pat. We were very late tonight too.
28th, 29th.
And if you missed the beginning of
I
the show,
thought it was the
highly encourage-
22nd and 23rd. My
No,
bad.
it's 30th. It's the 30th.
All right, so it's 2 weeks from Thursday.
So for those of you who want to listen to the show live but don't want to tie up your phone through Facebook and have to use Facebook Live, you can go to the link I pinned at the top, the audio only stream, www.mixler.com/Joey-Fats, mixlr.com/Joey-Fats. You can go there. You can listen to the live. You can listen to the audio live. I'll be posting the audio as soon as we get off the show. Within about an hour after the show, it'll be up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Also on our YouTube channel at Row on Seat One. So you can check it out there. And in the next coming weeks, when we start the second show, when the Monday show does finally kick off, which we're hitting some setbacks here. We're getting there, but we want to make it right. So we're not going to roll anything out that's going to be garbage. But when we do start the Monday night show, we're going to be live on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. The whole
You
nine.
name it.
You name it. We'll be live on it, and you'll be able to catch us on there. And then we will be, hopefully, the construction of the Row One Seat One podcast network will be well and underway, and we'll be filling that up with a whole bunch of other fun stuff.
Like Big Boy.
But
Be
like
on it
again,
all day.
if you want that audio only stream right now for this current live show, www.mixler.com/Joey-Fats. You don't have to download the app. You can just listen in your browser if you want, but we do encourage you to download the app. You can get our show reel, every show we've ever done, all 300, and I think this is number 6. And you can go back and listen to everything. I don't encourage you to go back too far. It was crap. But no, I'm just kidding. But go back, listen to
It was
it.
definitely different.
It was different. It was different. It wasn't crap.
we
It
just
was
leave it at
different.
that?
I shouldn't say crap. The sound quality might have been a little off. There's like a weird hum in a lot of the old ones because the old mixer we used to use had this like underneath it.
Maybe.
It was just really weird.
It's like a white noise. It was white noise. That's what it was.
But we'll get into the Masters and Hideki Matsuyama dominating, or not dominating. Well, he pretty much dominated day 1 and day 2. Almost fucked up at the end. Almost. Is that your dad texting you like, who's that dick?
I wish it was.
Yeah,
I
no.
really wish it was.
No, he has every right. He would have been like, "That guy's a piece of shit." I'd be like, "Yeah, you're right."
That would have been awesome. But we'll get into the Masters as well. But first, let's talk about Sean. Let's talk about your boy, Julian Edelman.
Which boy?
Your Julian Edelman. He finally decides to hang it up and call it a career.
Well, let's not start off there. Let's start off with Keith breaking the news to me that the Patriots released him, and I said, "Hold the fuck up." Was my first reaction because
Hold the fuck up.
instantaneously when a Patriot gets released like that, my first thought is that son of a bitch is going to Tampa. Immediately, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm at work. I'm like, I hope he's not fucking with me. And I'm scrolling through Twitter. I'm going through Facebook, and I'm like, God damn it! It's like it's a failed physical designation. And I'm like, this is some bullshit excuse they can get out of the contract. Oh my! I was so pissed off. And then all of maybe 19 to 20 minutes later, he releases a video saying, basically, it was procedural. I knew about it. I'm okay with it. I'm retiring. Love it. Totally happy. I feel a lot better.
I'm just glad I gave you that roller coaster of emotions.
I was big mad.
It was so great.
Kind of like the one he just gave you.
Yes.
I mean, there was no roller coaster. I was just more like, wow.
It was just more like, wow, dick.
I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you with this shank I made.
Well, out of the piece of wood that stabbed you, you fucking deserved it, you prick.
That's what
Fat little prick, huh?
Okay. I deserve it all tonight. That's fine.
But no, that was great because I literally was like, sorry, Sean, Jules is done, and you were like, fuck you, Keith. And then I was like, he's retired. You're like, all right, I can't be that bad.
Yeah, no, I was when he said I'm retiring a Patriot, I'm like, all right, we cool. When I saw released, my eyes went, and I was just staring at my phone like, I better not see like sign with Tampa Bay on a
Nah,
one-year
dude,
deal.
his knee was done, man.
Well,
Come on.
But they've been saying that for 3 years.
Yeah,
They've
and
been saying
what'd you get out of him last year?
Like 5 games.
Why?
Oh no, I understand.
Oh, because
that.
his knee was done.
No,
yeah.
I understand that. And then, like he said in his video, he's rehabbed the shit out of it since last year, all the way through this year, and he's had very little, bounce back. He says he's seen like very little improvement, which was not shocking for someone that has bone-on-bone injury and no cartilage in his knees, and he's gone through several knee surgeries on both knees. So, hey, hell of a career. Loved it. I think he's one of the top 3 Patriot wide receivers of all time. So I really can't hate it right now. Can't hate it. Plus, Super Bowl MVP for the last Super Bowl they won.
I just did something and I don't know how to get rid of it.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know what you did.
It's not going to affect the show, but
Who cares?
I do
MVP,
because it's in my way.
Super Bowl MVP and then 3 Super Bowl victories. I mean, and I can make an argument that if Julian Edelman played during that Eagles Super Bowl, we maybe would have won that game.
Doubtful. Because
Maybe.
there was no defeating Big Dick Nick that night.
You shut the hell up. I said maybe.
Remember, I knew the Eagles were gonna fucking roast that game when
I said they were gonna win.
Nelson Aguilar and I forget the other receiver were running a crossing route and they dapped up in the middle of the route and they were like, "What's up?" And then Aguilar was like, "What's up?" and caught it and he was like, "What's up, sup, 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 sup." And then that's basically it. And then Big Dick Nick was just like, "What's up?"
Yeah, well, that was the most highest scoring bullshit game of all time.
Oh, Jared, we can totally talk about the Turtle Boy Ratchet Tourney.
I don't know what that means.
So, we'll get into that. Yes, Jared, put a pin in that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But do you want to play the
montage?
Let's play the video here. We've got the video for the Julian Edelman retirement video. It's pretty cool.
Whole video?
Yeah.
It's like 3 minutes.
So what?
Okay, that's fine.
It's for the.
Sean's like, I'm gonna love it.
Is he not worth it,
Listen,
Sean?
if the table starts to levitate, we know why.
I'm shocked that we're gonna play a 3-minute pro Patriot. I'm shocked that we're gonna play a pro Patriot. This is bullshit. It's not gonna finish, is it? It's gonna be something you've already fucking doctored in the videos and shit like that. Or in the middle of it, you're gonna put like a dildo flying across the screen or some shit.
That would have been really fucking funny. Still a little out of my wheelhouse. I'll get there though. No, but this is Patriots porn. This is what you people like, right?
Oh, I love this shit. But I don't believe you're actually playing.
This is the kind of shit you find on Bumble.
He doesn't believe.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the people, Sean. I'm doing it for the people. Not for me. Definitely not for me.
Selected Julian Edelman, wide receiver from Penn State. That's Edelman, diving for the first down. Still on his feet. He's loose. Julian Edelman, will they catch him? No. Edelman's going to throw. He's going to be wide open. Edelman goes. Brady finds Edelman. Touchdown. Pass is intercepted at the goal line. Edelman comes down with a football. They're saying it's a catch. That's incredible. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl. To the end zone. And they're bound for Super Bowl 53. America's worst nightmare's back. Here's the pass. And Edelman steps to a tackle. There it is. The dynasty continues.
Nothing in my career has ever come easy. And no surprise, this isn't going to be easy either. Now, I've always said, I'm going to go until the wheels come off. And they finally have fallen off. Due to an injury last year, I'll be making my official announcement of my retirement from football. It was a hard decision, but the right decision for me and my family. And I'm honored and so proud to be retiring a Patriot. There are a million people I have to thank. Mr. Kraft, the Kraft family. Learned so much from you guys on and off the field. Coach Belichick, giving me an opportunity. I always love you for that. My teammates, gone to war. We've lost some, we've won some. You guys will always be my brothers. To all my coaches that I played under, I appreciate all your insight, all your hard work, all your knowledge. To the entire Patriots organization, from the meal ladies, to the people that clean up after us, to the people in the hallways, the training staff, the strength staff. We share so many awesome memories that I'll never forget. And of course, my family. You guys have always had my back. It's been the best 12 years of my life. It's a hell of a run. And I can't forget you, Patriot Nation. You guys have welcomed me and my family to a region we didn't know. But now, I'm one of you. I'm gonna leave you guys with 2 words. Foxborough, forever.
It's been a
So
hell
there,
of a story.
there you have it. It's been a
Yep.
hell of a story.
Hell of a.
A hell of a story.
He's been saying that since like 2016.
I thought it was a good video.
Yeah.
We skipped the part where he gets beamed up for some reason.
That he just he loves like skits. And
I
shit.
didn't get that part. I mean, maybe somebody that must have been like an inside jokey thing because I didn't get it.
He loves all those.
Beat me
like-
up, Scott.
No, he loves doing like all those skits with like
Beat me up, Scott.
with Amendola in the offseason and shit like that. Like they made one as like they were like Vice City cops and they do all kinds of skits like
yeah,
that
that's
shit.
right.
So
They
they go
did
through
do
different
shit like
things.
that,
yeah.
yeah.
So he just, did a Star Trek thing where he was like he's going back to his planet. Like that was like a joke that he's from another planet at one point.
I mean,
What is he, Lil Wayne? I am a Martian.
Oh, please don't do that. Don't ruin it for me.
I make songs with Katy Perry, and then I go have sex with Nicki Minaj.
Does he really?
I don't know, probably.
Sipping on my scissor.
That's okay. First of all, that was 3-6.
I
Don't
know.
ever fucking disgrace 3-6 like that again by
I mean,
incorporating.
let's be
Lil
real.
Wayne into
Wayne
that.
did have a run.
Yeah, from like
yeah.
05 to like 04 to like 07. I feel like
I'd say before that.
Wayne was nasty.
speaking
Nah, because like the
Like
Drought 3, we've
Squirrel.
gone over this. The Drought 3, when he rapped over everybody else's beats, was Wayne's best work.
The squirrel.
But yes, Squirrel. This is a huge, tremendous Squirrel.
DJ Mini.
We're talking about Squirrel, and then we squirrel off the whole thing.
Yeah, remember like at Gino's days, puffing on a pita.
Oh my god.
Then blue and yellow, purple.
That was like 2003, dude.
So
That was.
That was my senior year of high school, I think.
Yeah,
So what do the 2 non-Patriot fans think about Edelman? Like everyone's gonna know how I feel about Edelman.
Oh, we know. We saw you tearing up in the video, and the table started
There
levitating.
goes my hero. Foo Fighters song comes on. If you don't know the song, fuck you.
I know the song.
We're very familiar with
I
this.
hate the song.
Really? I like the Foo Fighters. It's my least favorite Foo Fighters hit, but it's still a
But
good
that's
song.
like the song's just like trash.
Well, I mean, I'm just using the chorus. I'm not using
I
the
just
whole
like the
goddamn
song because they-
If you would have ripped out like Enrique Iglesias, I would have been happy. Like, let me be your hero, baby.
I mean,
been better.
I'm not gonna.
He's working on his high notes.
You know, I'm just saying.
He's been taking vocal lessons.
No, this is not that shit.
So no, look, I mean, from a career lifelong Patriot hater, and when Welker came to Denver, it was like Chutch, and then they replaced him with this fucking weird
Quarterback.
ex-quarterback from Kent State, and it
Long
was like,
hair.
oh yeah, fucking white guy in the Patriots, yeah, no shit.
And then he
Like,
became one of the greatest slot receivers we've
I
ever seen.
honestly can't say, like, I love, and I'll say this, I respect the fucking hell out of Julian Edelman's game.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of like a 5'11" Ed McCaffrey. Like that's the
Well,
kind of
no,
hits
he was
took.
he was a gamer. Like,
He
he
was-
was the ultimate gamer.
He was, and he took hits
Mm-hmm.
that most mortal men would not be able to get up from. That hit he took from Cam Chancellor, was it Cam Chancellor or was it Earl Thomas in the Super Bowl when he
Cam.
was
It was Cam.
clearly
Yeah, it
fucking
was Cam.
concussed.
Oh yeah, he got knocked the fuck out.
And they should have stopped the game, pulled him out, and they should have, and they went on to score the touchdown like
Yeah.
4 plays later, or whatever it was. But like, yeah, he reminds me of Ed McCaffrey. Is obviously he's my favorite wide receiver of all time. He reminds me like Ed used to get up, used to take those just absolutely hellacious hits, get up, crack his neck, and just go back to the huddle like nothing happened, and then go back and do it again. Edelman did the same thing, and I respect the fuck out of guys that do that. He was one of the few guys that he wasn't a big bodied dude.
Nope.
He didn't have a lot of meat
Oh,
on
was
his
he
bones. He
5'10"?
wasn't tall. It was like
Right?
I'd say like even
He was like 5'10", like 225.
no, he was not 225.
I don't think he was 225.
No, he weighed in at like 225 at one
No, he
point.
did
I think
not.
I think his playing weight was like 215.
He absolutely
205.
did- he did.
Look it up. He is over here.
did not weigh.
5'10", 198.
yeah, I was gonna say he
Dude,
did
he got up
not.
to like 225. Man, maybe his earliest career. He was up
Bruh.
to like 225.
Yeah, man, when he came out
He
as a
did not
quarterback.
weigh 225 at 5'10". He would have been a running back.
When
Yeah,
came out, it
that
was
boy
Kent
was
State.
thick.
Yeah, boy, he was not that jacked ever. But
No,
anyway,
he was never jacked. He was just thicker. It was not muscle at 225.
All right, maybe he was chunky, whatever.
Yeah, I said Kent State.
Maybe he was carrying a little extra,
That's fine. He had to switch positions.
Well, I mean,
with
the
it, wiggle
thing, the
with
biggest thing that you say about Edelman for me, you can't even talk about what he did in the regular season. The dude was a completely different person when the playoffs came around.
Absolutely.
As soon as it was like, oh, we're in the playoffs, okay, good luck trying to cover me. I'm going to get wherever the fuck I want to be.
And
Yeah.
that is
And he would just find open space.
And how many times did you know, all right, Gronk's hurt. All right, all they have is Edelman out there.
And he still caught 10
Just double
balls.
team him. And they're like, you'd be like, how do you me as a Patriots fan, I'm like, thank God for Julian Edelman. But like, as I've heard Joey say it many times, like against the Falcons, how the fuck did that guy catch that with 3 guys on him? That was lucky bullshit. But then that lucky bullshit always happened with Edelman. It was like he made that ridiculous catch against the Atlanta Falcons. 3 guys covered him. That should have been interception. He made the goal line catch against the Seattle defender. He ran the exact same play 3 times in a row and beat the guy 3 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is it luck or is it good playing and is it just hard work?
No, it's just knowing what works.
I mean, it's
He's never going to be.
The thing, I mean, Belichick obviously is the greatest coach for putting you in your strengths.
Dude, Belichick's comments about him, by the way, it's like he was talking about his own son.
Well,
It was
Well, there's a few guys that
Look what he did
Belichick
for him.
holds in that regard, and,
Yeah.
and he's one of them. But if you remember when Edelman was a free agent a few years ago, and they let him go explore the market,
Yep.
and
They always do
and the
that.
Giants were the only team that had any interest in him, and then he was like, nah, fuck that. I'd rather take less money to come back and play for New England
Yeah.
because he knew no one else
Nobody's
was going
gonna
to use
utilize
him
him.
the
Yeah,
proper way that
exactly.
he needed to be utilized. He was a very unique player. That's what makes Bill Belichick great. That's what makes him the best of all time. And the greatest head coach of all time amongst in any sport. Like, I don't care. Phil Jackson, Red Auerbach, Don Shula, I don't give a shit. I'm putting Bill Belichick number 1 every single time, 7 days a week.
Well, he built a roster of 53 guys. Those other guys you named,
well, Pop's 12.
Don Shula.
Don Shula, yes, but Don Shula was a different era. He wasn't. Don Shula could draft his guys and just.
But you got to remember, Don Shula coached through 4 different
Four
decades,
different decades,
70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000. I'm sorry, 60s,
not-
70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yep.
And when you think of how much football changed in those eras,
Belichick's at 4 decades right now.
Yeah.
Not all as a head coach though.
not all as a head
Yeah,
coach,
Shula
but
was the
he's
head
been around.
coach
But
since-
Shula,
71, he was the head coach.
there's only Shula. Let's put it this way: Shula's the only guy that comes close. That being said, Belichick took Edelman and he knew exactly what to do with him.
Absolutely.
And he turned him and he said, "Listen, you were a quarterback at Kent State. It's not your greatest. You're not going to be a quarterback in this
Yeah,
league.
right. Although
But-
he did throw, a couple
But what I can
touchdowns.
do for you is this." And he made Julian Edelman into a receiver, a guy that everyone would love to have on their team,
100%.
but only Bill Belichick can find.
Not a number 1.
Well, not even that can find, but that can make great.
He
Because
wasn't a
if
number
you-
1, but he was the most.
he
But
was a Patriots number 1.
he was
Right.
arguably the most important guy on the field
bullseye.
because you had Gronk. Yes, everybody knew Gronk was going to do his thing.
Yep.
And then you had Edelman, and then
Yep.
you had Amendola, and you might even throw. I think did he play with Moss? I think he didn't. I don't think he played with
Yes, he
Moss.
did.
One
Yeah,
year, right?
2009.
year?
It was a rookie year. That 09, if you go back and look at that 09 wide receiver roster, holy shit. It was stacked. But, things happen.
But it comes back to the fact that Edelman did it, and then there was a rotating cast of characters outside of him. Whether it was Hernandez coming and going, Moss coming and going, the Chad Ochocinco experiment that failed, the what's his name?
Reggie Wayne.
Yep. What's his name from Arizona with the DUIs?
Oh, Michael Floyd.
Mike Floyd.
Thank you.
There was always guys that were in and out of that offense, but the two constants were Gronk and Edelman. And Edelman outlasted Gronk in the Patriots jersey. And I got to give Edelman all the props in the world because, again, he plays the game the way I want my receivers to play the game, which is hard-nosed, tough, makes the catches. We always used to joke, it started with Danny Woodhead.
Woodcock.
The so elusive. Oh, he's so elusive. He's so elusive. Mark knows what I'm talking about if he's listening. It started with that, but then it just kind of morphed into every white guy the Patriots have. We were just, he's so elusive. He's so elusive.
Well,
because you go back
now
to
you got Burkhead.
Listen, I'm telling you,
No, we
listen
got,
on draft night,
Gunner.
or as the draft chugs along here in the next 2 weeks. Listen to how they describe white wide receivers. They're all scrappy, high football IQ, quick twitch. They have quickness. What's the other?
Sudden quickness.
Sudden quickness. And then what's the other? There's another one too. It'll come to me. But then you look at like a black wide receiver, and it's like freakish athlete, speed, unpolished route runner, freakish athletic ability. Like they have like they just have it's like okay, like they just take like okay, here's what we're gonna say for the black guys, here's what we're gonna say for the white guys.
Yep.
Like you know damn well the first white defensive player that gets drafted, they're gonna be like, this guy's got a high motor.
This guy was a team captain. Clearly, he was not a team captain.
Yeah, he
had 3 DUIs.
He's a high.
I forgot.
He's a high motor guy.
High motor behind the wheel.
I forgot. Oh, fuck. I should know this. Mel Kiper was talking up a guy that got drafted in the second round a few years ago, and he was like, this is like team captain, high motor guy, blah, 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 blah. And everyone on Twitter was just roasting him. The guy was a fucking asshole. He was regarded as like a loser. No one liked him in the locker room. He had DUIs. Everyone's like, what the fuck is Mel talking about here? He just sees white dude, and he's like, here's my list of stuff to say.
Yeah, here's my list of cliches to cascade upon them. But Edelman, as far as his career goes,
I gotta find out who that is.
in terms of as a Patriot, he is 110% Patriots Hall of Fame.
100%.
Oh, without a doubt.
You can schedule the ceremony for this fall. Like that's how quick they should put him in there.
Yeah, there should be no voting process.
As far
for
as
it.
the actual NFL Hall of Fame, not a chance in hell.
See, I don't think so, but I
not a
feel
chance.
like
Not a chance.
his playoff career is what people will talk about.
As
Joey.
long as guys like Rod Smith and Randy Gradishar
Well, you see,
and Tom Nalen aren't in the Hall of Fame, then no.
Because-
Julian
Well, how
Edelman
about
doesn't go.
more current guys? How about Hines Ward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hines Ward. I mean,
Yeah, but
like,
Hines Ward didn't have what Julian had in the playoffs.
you're right. Not in the playoffs,
didn't.
but he had
He
more.
didn't.
He had more in the regular season. A
Regular
lot more.
season, yes, he had more. I mean, when we look at Julian Edelman's regular season
let me
stats,
ask you this,
nothing,
Keith.
nothing pops off for you.
Actually, trivia question. How many Pro Bowls has Julian Edelman been to?
I was going to say 1.
That was my answer this afternoon, too. I said, he might have made
I thought
one
he
as an
was, I thought
alternate.
he made it
Maybe
at
it's a special
15.
teamer.
Nope.
No.
He
Never.
didn't make it in 15?
No.
Zero.
Shit.
He actually should
Zero.
have been. He should have been.
How many guys are in the Hall of Fame that have never been to a Pro Bowl?
None.
Exactly. So he's not going to the Hall
fucking
of
weird.
Fame.
I thought he made it. Why did I think
No,
he made it in
got
15?
robbed a few years when he was like an
And I'm not
AFC
saying that the Hall of Fame is like an end-all,
Yeah,
be-all
no,
trump
no,
card for the
no,
Hall of Fame, but
No.
No, he,
No,
as a
I get
special
it. But
teamer,
I
he should've
honestly,
made-
I thought he made it one time.
No,
Like,
he should have made it
bullshit.
at least as a special teamer at least once because he killed it a few times as a special teams guy. Like,
Yeah,
he
that
should
was-
have been
but
like
that
the
was
punt
like-
returner.
yeah, but your own guy there, fucking
Matt Slater.
Matt Slater
I
was.
know he kills it all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Matt Slater, they said might actually make the Hall of Fame as being like one of the best special teamers of all time.
Well, dude, he's-
fucking mind blowing
Yeah,
to
he's
me.
16,
He never plays offensive
16
defense.
years as a special teamer and just killing it.
Listen,
no.
if Matt Slater
What do you
makes it
mean,
to the
no? I
Hall
thought
of
it
Fame,
was 05?
No, he wasn't drafted in 05.
listen, brother, I will put Keith Burns up against Matt Slater all fucking
What
day.
year was Matt Slater drafted? I thought it was 05.
I thought it was like 2009, 2010.
Ah, see, I
Maybe
thought it
2008,
was, I thought it was earlier than that.
I'm
I
gonna go
thought it was
2008 for
I
Matt
thought
Slater.
I honestly thought it was 05.
It feels like he's been here since 05.
Dude, I thought they did like the whole thing on him, like 14
Dude,
years
he's
as a
been-
special teamer.
He's been here so long. I thought his dad played in the Patriots.
Oh wait, you're right.
Yeah.
Good job.
I thought, yeah, he's the longest tenured Patriot now. Is
Yeah.
Matt Slater. But listen, I could seriously sit here and make an argument for the Hall of Fame. I do not, as a Hall of Fame snob, I don't think Julian Edelman should make the Hall of Fame. I love Julian Edelman.
and he won't.
I could make an argument, but it would be a very difficult argument to
Well,
like.
just because of the
plant
guys
into.
that he would have to pass to
Not
make
only
it.
that, my whole
No,
argument.
that's exactly what it is.
My
There's
whole
probably
argument-
100 to 150 guys right now in the league, or that I'm sorry that have played in the league that aren't in the Hall that would deserve to go in
Before Julian
Edelman.
So my whole argument would be based on playoffs.
Well, but if
That's my
all
whole
right,
argument.
so if what he did in the playoffs, if he replicated that in his career, then yeah, he's sure.
yeah,
he's in.
obviously.
But
Oh, Jesus,
in
you
his
call me a-
dude, in his career, he had more touchdowns, receptions
Because
in
what,
the
did-
playoffs.
what do you play? How many postseason games did he play? 19.
19.
And he had 118 catches.
Fucking ridiculous. He broke his Super Bowl record
118
How many
catches.
touchdowns did he have in those
He had
19 games?
6.
in the playoffs.
That's it?
6 receiving,
And one passing anyway.
1 passing, 1 rushing, and 6
All right,
special
19
teams.
games.
So he has like
So
He
you-
went there, so he caught 100.
15.
He caught 118 out of 180. That was a 66% completion.
pretty good.
Right.
that's damn
He
good.
had 1,400 yards, 12 yards per catch, 5 touchdowns.
Yep.
He had a rushing touchdown, a throwing touchdown,
8.
and 6 return
So
touchdowns.
14 playoff touchdowns, which is fucking
So
a
you're
lot.
averaging almost one per game.
Right. 18 games, 19
19.
games, 14 touchdowns. That's
That's
not bad.
That's 14
impressive.
14
But-
overall touchdowns. But again, You're talking about a guy who
But you're also saying the thing
regular
that
season numbers.
He had 118 catches
because
in
he couldn't
in the
even
playoffs,
barely
right?
sniff Wes Welker's numbers in the regular season. If I'm not mistaken,
Not even close.
like Welker was a regular season juggernaut,
And this is 100%
but
absolutely.
Welker was 0-2 in Super Bowls with the Patriots.
And not only that, and
He's 0-3 in
I
Super Bowls
love this
altogether,
argument because people love to be like, "Oh, I'll take Welker all day," and I said, well,
But
not
dude,
so
think
much.
about this. In his career, he had 620 catches.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot in regular
So in
season.
19 games,
Hey,
of,
620, and that's nothing to spit at.
it's nothing to
It's
spit at.
not.
But when you think about 19 games and he had 118 catches in the playoffs,
12 years though, Joey.
Yeah, but 19 games that's 118 catches. I mean,
that's a
think about-
season. That's a season in 3 games.
That's a pretty right. If you shrink that down to 16, that's probably what 90.
or 100.
90. You know, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Say
Give him
100
100.
catches.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's a good season.
top 10 for that particular year.
So, but if
But
your
you're not.
if
you're
your
not putting
entire
up
career,
Marvin Harrison,
but that's what
D-Hop.
that's my point though. He was a completely
Megatron.
different player in the playoffs because his entire career was what 12 years.
Yes, 09 to
12
2021.
years, 600 receptions, 19 games in the playoff, 120.
Wasn't it in 09? Isn't that the year when Belichick told Wes Welker he was going to get Wally pipped?
Bullseye. I'm glad
By
you brought
Edelman.
that up. Coolest thing is they were watching the preseason, and Belichick's on the phone with on the headset, with Ernie Adams, the
Yeah.
man in the sky, and he goes, Ernie, who is that guy that played before Lou Gehrig, and no one really gave a shit about him, and Ernie Adams of course knew it right away. He's like, oh, Wally Pipp, and he walks over to Welker, puts his headset up, and he goes, you ever hear of Wally Pipp? And Welker's just like,
Who?
no, why? And he goes, it's the guy that played
Right before.
right before Lou Gehrig. And Welker's like, okay. And then Belichick's like, Edelman. And he's like, looks at Edelman, like motions to him, and Welker goes, he can have it. And Belichick goes, great competitive spirit you got there. And like walks away.
What was that documentary? That was the 09 documentary that they documented
Welker
the 09.
was
So what was that called? It was that behind the curtain.
The coach one. It was like Life of a Coach kind of thing. It was like
Yeah,
one
it
of
was
the first
from
ones
the
they
NFL
did.
Network ones, but
Yeah.
that was the one where Belichick was sitting on the sidelines talking to
did
Brady,
it- he
going,
did it
I just can't get these guys to do what I need
And
them
his
to
hands
do.
in his face.
Yeah,
like this.
that
Yeah.
was the 4th and
Love
2
that.
year
Yes,
when
it
he was
was.
because he just goes to show you how shook Bill Belichick was with Peyton Manning, the
But-
obvious real goat.
Also, he did that as a favor to, is it Saban that passed away, like right after that was done? Like,
No, Saban's still very much alive.
who's the NFL Films guy that just passed away?
Sable.
Steve Sable.
Sable, thank you. Sable, thank you. So Sable, he asked me, he's like, hey, can I film like your last, like I'm dying, I have cancer, like I'd love to film you.
Steve Sable was awesome.
And,
Steve
and
Sable's
Belichick, knew him from when he got hired as an assistant, and he says, you know what, absolutely, for you, anything. Did the whole thing, and they split it together. It was remarkable. But then you cut to that scene of they're all sitting in the room. If we go for it on 4th down, we better fucking get it. And it cuts right to Kevin Falk not making it, and you see Belichick just staring at everybody like, I'm gonna fucking kill this team.
4.5 minutes, like 45 seconds later, Reggie Wayne made one of the more ridiculous catches I've ever seen.
Yeah. But like, it goes to show you, and not to jump over what you were gonna say, but it goes to show you, like, if Belichick, he doesn't give a shit. Like, you can say, oh, we can't draft, and I hear all these fucking pussy complaints over the last 4 years of people complaining about drafts because drafts are so perfect.
Well, Belichick, the GM, is really
Is not
screwing
as
over
good as
Belichick,
Belichick,
the
the
head
coach.
My
Shut the
challenge,
fuck up.
my challenge remains open.
Insensitive
Anybody that
bastard.
wants, fuck off. Anybody that wants to debate that with me, open challenge. Anytime, any night, you pick the place. I will have that argument with you because I will argue that to the death.
Hey, all right, let's go.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
I agree with you, Sean. And anybody who says Belichick, the GM,
Well played.
he's not great or he's not good, go fuck yourself because you don't have a fucking clue what makes a good GM or how hard it is to be a good GM. It's so easy to sit there and say, well, Belichick, the GM, has been, look at all these first-round picks he's whiffed on. It's like, bruh,
Look
across the league.
That was the point I was just gonna make.
Look at the first round last year.
Dude,
and look at how many. Remember we sat here and we watched fucking Takaris McKinley and the Atlanta Falcons drafted him. He comes up with the fucking portrait of his grandma, and you're thinking swearing, and you're like, oh, this guy's probably going to be something. No, he's gone. He's an afterthought. I don't even know if he's on the team right now.
No, he got released before his rookie deal was even up.
Yeah.
He got a 5-year deal.
Yeah, because they were the first. Yeah, like
Tarek McKinley. Let's go.
Listen, there's 31 other GMs that hit once every 10 years.
Yeah, you have great drafts.
Like,
you have bad drafts.
That's how it happens. If everybody knew how to draft, or if everybody was a great person at the draft as a GM,
Yes.
no team would be terrible in the league.
Yes. Oh, please be an argument for me, please.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1. It's DJ Ease.
Joey, I've called your show in the past, and you put me in my place about Belichick and his problems of the past. But I think what the criticism is he may take Nick Saban and his friends in the college level their word too seriously.
But here, all right, Pat. So
Over scouts.
no.
Here comes Sean,
No,
the insensitive bastard.
Fuck you. Pat is a great caller. Calls all the time. I talk to him about sports all off the show and all this other shit. Pat's okay. Pat has a legitimate question of like, hey, I think he takes his, the benefit of his friends a little bit too much. And I think 3 or 4 years ago, Belichick made comments to the media in the offseason. He said, listen, I'm at an age right now where I want to coach guys that I enjoy to coach. I don't want to coach players that, they come in, they think they're king shit, like they're Deion Sanders in their prime, like before they were rookies.
Yeah, look how
he wants to coach
NBA.
guys.
Yeah, because Mike Tomlin's been doing that, and look how that's been working out for him.
There you go. Jason Tatum. Wait, what did Jason Tatum do to you?
No, I'm sorry. I'm getting off hand. Keep going. I'm sorry, Sean.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
So I'm just throwing it out there. I think Belichick does an incredible job of drafting players that he wants for what he wants to do. So the other good thing about Belichick is Belichick's not afraid to cut bait. He drafts a guy in the first, second round. That guy sucks in 2 years. He's letting him go. He doesn't care where he drafted them. Look what we've done with second-round picks. It feels like we piss second-round picks away.
Yeah.
It's like we just gamble. We're like, oh, remember Razai Dowling? He was a cornerback out of Virginia. He was supposed to be all these special needs, all these traits. The guy was an injury-riddled mess. Belichick cut him after year 2. The guy never played football again. We gamble in the second round. Gronkowski. Back injuries. The guy didn't play the whole last year of college football. Teams were like, oh, should we even draft him? Some teams had him as undraftable because he had 3 back surgeries before he even came to the NFL.
Yeah.
Patriots, fuck it. Let's throw a second-round gamble. Second round is always the Patriots' gamble.
And look what happened.
Always. Jimmy Garoppolo never played Division I football. The guy never had an offensive coordinator the entire time he played quarterback at whatever it was, whatever college. Same one as Tony Romo. I can't think of the college was. Eastern Illinois. He never had an offensive coordinator. He would go out there and just wing it. And Belichick's like, fuck it, second-round pick. Belichick loves to gamble in the second round. But he's also not afraid of saying, listen, I know my second-round pick sucks. I just took this undrafted free agent, and I made him a starter. Took J.C. Jackson. Nobody wanted the dude. He said, you have some good traits. I'll bring you in. We don't know what I'm going to do with you. Maybe you'll play safety. Maybe you'll play nickel. Maybe you'll play outside.
Dear J.C. Elaine, a call to complain.
And then look what happens. Now we have
You
J.C.
never
Jackson
wrote me
as like
back.
a starting cornerback, and it's just it matters because Belichick knows what he's looking for. So I mean, we have Joe Juan Williams on the Patriots roster right now. I don't know what the hell we're doing with that guy.
Close. He needs a good year. Harris popped out of nowhere. Maybe Williams will pop, but you're right about Williams. It's going to be do or die soon. Him and Harry.
Say that again. I lost the audio there for a second, Pat. Something about Harry. Say that again.
I'm saying Williams and Harry have to prove themselves sooner. They could be cut. Yeah.
So I think I heard all the rumors about Harry potentially getting traded. Like teams are calling for him. I don't see any benefit of trading Harry. Like you just drafted. I mean, you literally just signed a shitload of players. You signed. I don't really care for Aguilar. You signed Aguilar. You signed Bourne. You signed.
I like Aguilar.
I think Aguilar's okay.
Well, we out here catching babies.
But the thing is you got to remember, Aguilar had a bad rap in Philly, but he had inconsistent quarterback play at best.
Look what he did in
He went to
Las
Oakland,
Vegas,
and he had a mediocre quarterback. And I'll say mediocre just because I want to piss off Raider fans, but he's a slightly above average quarterback in Derek Carr,
I
and
got
he
no
killed
issues
it.
with Carr. And Aguilar had a great year.
Listen, I'm just not a huge fan of the move. I hope it bites me in the ass, and I'm wrong, of course. But I love the 2 tight end signings.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take all the pressure off of Harry and you're like, listen, dude, it's year 3, shit or get off the pot. Belichick's not afraid of just letting him go.
Listen, the whole wide receivers take 3 years to develop thing. Like that's kind of gone out the window now. We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That when we had the plug and play dispute. Well, it wasn't a dispute. Keith just misunderstood what I was saying. But we had the wide receivers now out of college. They're add water and insert into your offense. Like they're ready to go now. It used to be the hardest position to learn. And now we're finding out that wide receivers are much more adept to the NFL game than they used to be. So
top 3 wide receivers in this year's draft. You plug them in any team and they can go.
Oh, look at Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, and
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson from
look
last
what he
year.
did with Kirk Cousins.
That's true. And Justin Jefferson was actually my least favorite of
Look
all
what
those
Jerry-
guys.
look what Jerry
He's
Jeudy
the best.
did.
What? He was 18?
Look what Jerry
20.
Jeudy did
20.
with a myriad of quarterbacks under center. I mean, let's be real here.
I love CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb was my favorite.
CeeDee Lamb,
CeeDee's
look what
a
he did with
boss.
Andy Dalton.
I know.
Yeah. You know that bitch he had on the couch with him too?
She's like, bitch, we do it.
Joey
He's like,
will never forget that. He was
Never.
like, give me that phone, girl.
he was like, bitch, give me that shit.
shook his head no.
But anyway, but yes, Pat, so does that answer your question?
Sean, my main question for tonight was: are you worried after Edelman? Is it be a culture change, or
No.
are you worried because Brady, Gronk, and Edelman are finally all gone? Are you worried about a culture change or anything? Or
No, not at all. I'm worried about more of an adaptation to what the future is, which is why I keep harping back to the Patriots are going to draft. They're going to move up and draft a quarterback. I'm pretty confident. I feel they're going to do that this year. I think.
Awesome.
I think
Cool.
they set up all themselves for because you go out and spend all this money on free agents and offensive weapons. You need a quarterback contract or a young rookie quarterback contract to make that work. You can't just go and you had your opportunity to go and sign go get a Matt Stafford, go get an Aaron Rodgers who apparently is on his last year. You have the
I
opportunities
can't wait
to
till
do
we
this.
get into that.
You can't. We have these
And
opportunities.
Pat,
but
I'm gonna
you
go.
can't
I'm gonna
afford
say it right now at 9:30 p.m. on April 13th, 2021. This time next year, Aaron Rodgers will be a New England Patriot.
Probably.
whoa,
Listen.
shit!
Look at
I would've
Sean.
sure go,
Sean
wait,
just got
I'm gonna
instant
remember that
wood.
one.
No, first of all, I said this 12 months ago.
You did.
I said it in
Well, I heard he's a
2020.
jerk
Yes,
off.
but
Year of
you've
AIDS.
been just throwing shit at the wall, hoping it sticks. I'm saying this on
No,
good authority.
no. Sean, when the Aaron Rodgers grumblings came out.
Joey?
This motherfucker.
Hold
this
on,
pot
Pat,
saying this
black.
on good- I'm saying this on good
We
authority.
all
Pat,
cut shot off.
Pat.
We all cut shot off.
Pat.
All together cut shot off.
Listen, Pat,
Sean's
listen.
like, I have a great point. I'm going to answer your question with great intelligence. We're all like, well, fuck that. Okay, let's shot off.
Pat, listen.
Sean, keep
we just
going.
gotta settle this, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
All right? Because you were faithful. You watched the entire draft show. I know you loved it. Tell me the very next show that we had. Sean wasn't like Aaron Rodgers coming to the Patriots.
Yeah, as soon as they drafted,
As soon as they drafted,
As soon as they drafted Love.
I remember Sean and Murray of the Chargers. I remember that rant clearly to this day.
Which one?
But
Oh, I
Rodgers
nailed
to the
it. Hey,
Sean's been so look. Here's the difference. Sean's been saying it out loud because he's trying to will it into existence.
Well, that was OBJ.
Like, he's trying to
I
put it
believe
out
OBJ
into the universe.
went yes.
oh, baby, it's coming.
Oh,
He's trying
here
to
we
put
go.
it into the universe and will it into existence. I'm saying it from an actual, this will make sense. This is probably
absolutely.
going to happen standpoint.
Absolutely.
expensive, Joey.
I am
Belichick
going
doesn't
out
pay
right
for
now.
quarterbacks.
I put if right now if maybe not by this time next year, but by next year's draft, whenever that might be, Aaron Rodgers will be a New England Patriot.
So
I hope so.
if the Patriots don't move up, I'm all in on that theory. If we move up and draft a quarterback, I can't see Bill Belichick going out and getting Rodgers. And
I
keeping
can.
Rookie.
Wait, listen.
What if the rookie plays halfway decent and then he says, "Hey, we'll give you 3 first round." He might not even have to because Rodgers is going to be a free agent.
Yeah, Rodgers is.
Oh,
done.
I know.
Yeah.
So it won't even matter. So and money is no option in the NFL anymore, especially with the salary cap. The
Next
way
year,
things
it's
are
just
going.
gonna.
It's going to go up.
we're
But
gonna be like the
again,
Russians.
but look, we all thought what the Saints were $90 million over the cap like 6 weeks ago.
And they were just like,
now-
all right, everybody's contract is fully voidable, right? Right.
Yeah, and they're like, and
Oh,
we'll convert
fair.
this to some roster bonuses, and boom, look at that, we're under the cap. Hey, you want to play here? Cool, here's
Yeah.
some money.
We have $20 million. How? Shut the fuck up. It
just-
happened.
Don't
We
fucking
just
worry about
signed
it.
LaMarcus Jussel for $80 billion. all voidable. Everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? man?"
LaMarcus Jussel.
I've
It
never.
happened.
Everything this offseason was total bullshit. Of everything's like, everything's voidable now. It's like,
Yeah, it just gave you it gave you a look at inside as to how easy it is to manipulate cap space. So that's why when we go into the offseason, we're like, oh my God, this team's got all the cap space in the world. They're gonna buy everybody. It's like, no,
Well, the
it
Patriots
doesn't really
kinda did.
matter.
Well, the Patriots actually did.
The Patriots
They
did.
were
but
literally
look
like,
at the
oh, you're
Colts.
available? Let's go.
The Colts had more cap space
And they-
going into
and
the
they didn't
offseason,
do-
and they just
no.
they're just chilling. You know why?
They're waiting to see.
Well, no, they're not
They signed
waiting
a
to
bunch
see.
of their own guys, too.
Because I said, yeah, exactly. They got a bunch
Yeah,
of
but
their own
not
guys
just
they gotta
that. But
sign.
look, they traded for Wentz. All right, we don't have to get into
Yeah,
that
anyway.
rabbit hole.
But, Pat, to your point, I'm just going to say Aaron Rodgers will be the quarterback of the New England Patriots in 2022.
But you went on a great point. That was a great story. I had to tell my dad that story about the Ernie Adams and Welker. Isn't Rodgers the most great Welker guy ever? Does Rodgers even give a shit about football? I thought he was like one of
Yes.
these
Oh, yes,
Rodgers
TV
gives
host guys now.
Rodgers gives a tremendous fuck about football.
the issue, what it
You
is
think so?
Rodgers is just sick and tired of Green Bay.
Dude, Rodgers.
Okay.
Rodgers
This is what I call you
feels.
guys.
Rodgers feels like he's been fucked over in Green Bay for about 5 years.
Yeah.
Probably more
This
than
is what I
that.
call you.
So I mean, he's made comments for years now, even before Mike McCarthy got
Ever
released.
since Jordy Nelson went down, and they just kind of
and
never
they kind of never replaced
him.
him.
They just said figure it out.
And they were like, "Yeah, Jeff Janis, he's a white guy that
Yeah,
plays
they-
wide
They
receiver."
said
Scantling,
they said
Valdez.
Devontae Adams. They said like he's great. You made him into what he is, and he's like, all right, can I have?
Can I have?
Give me Allen
Somebody on
Thank
the
you,
Robinson.
side.
sir. May I have another?
Yeah,
And,
right.
And he's like, how about a tight end? They're like, best we can give you is a homeless guy with
Jimmy
no
Graham.
pants.
Jimmy Graham. Best we
So-
can give you is
Well,
Jimmy
I mean,
Graham with both of his
Pat,
shit knees.
Answer me.
But
did
he
you,
played at the U. He was really athletic.
Did you watch Jeopardy?
And his dad played baseball.
No, I didn't
probably.
watch the Jeopardy.
You didn't
but
watch Jeopardy.
It is true that Mike McCarthy gave that. Mike McCarthy should be like a 4-time Super Bowl champion coach if he was really good, and the Cowboys are going to see this.
Honestly, it
Rodgers
really
should
wasn't
win
Mike
4 or 5.
McCarthy's
If,
fault.
listen,
I
if
really
the GM
do.
gave him a roster that he could
I
put out there,
I really do feel that Mike McCarthy was always one or two playmakers away on either side of the ball from getting to a Super Bowl. I mean, go back to 2014. They had Seattle beat in
That was
the
their
NFC
year.
Championship,
Yep.
and they blew it. You know, 2015, that was the year they went down to, I believe it was Dallas. They beat Dallas, then who'd they get burned by?
well, you got to think the biggest thing with the Green Bay Packers when Rodgers was peaking, like before he got to the status where he was at, you're like, all right, this dude's
they
gonna be
lost
great
to
forever.
Arizona.
Yeah,
But
that was
Yeah,
that.
when
ridiculous.
fucking
McCarthy was
ridiculous
there-
Larry Fitzgerald game.
Yep.
even when they had good wide receivers for Rodgers, there was no running game. They had no running back. It was always like, oh yeah, we got this
Yeah.
slob back here. We'll see what he can do.
Rodgers is like a modern day Marino. Like he was always missing like either a running game or when he
Or
had a
number
running
two.
game, he was missing a wide receiver. It's
Yeah.
just like he's like, give me a goddamn
So they
break.
just never did anything to aid him.
But then I think like this offseason proved it, and the Jeopardy question was
well,
like,
that's why I was saying,
when-
Pat, if you watch Jeopardy,
when the contestant roasted him, the contestant was like, I'm not winning the game. I'm just going to pick on Aaron Rodgers. And he said, who decided to kick that field goal in the playoff game? And Rodgers' face was just like,
he looked at him like, you piece of shit.
and he's laughing. He's like, that is the correct
He goes,
answer.
that is the correct answer, but
Not for
not
this-
the one
not
that
for
we're
this
looking
show,
for in this
yeah.
game.
So that said, it all needs to be right there. And all the Packers reporters, every single one of them has said he has a gigantic cap number this year. He could tremendously help the Packers out by restructuring and getting some money into the cap.
And he's not.
They haven't
that.
called him. He hasn't called them.
Dude, so
They
his
actually
cap number
don't talk.
is $34.5 million.
And they haven't said a word to each other. That is
awesome.
that is instant death.
And they have
of a
no
relationship.
room
Alright,
to do
that's
anything.
Awesome.
No, there isn't, and that's why I firmly believe that the Packers are going to release him at the end of this year, and he is going to be free to roam and sign wherever he wants.
And he said a really funny comment. He said after the Jeopardy thing, he said, he goes, I think my play last year threw a monkey wrench into a lot of people's plans. And another jab.
Because they were hoping he was going to fall off, and
Yep.
they weren't going to have to pay him. They were going to be able to walk away
They
from
would
him.
walk
and
away
say,
from it, no big deal.
"Oh,
But
well, we can go with
he
Jordan
stayed
Love
on that
now."
MVP level, and they were like, fuck.
And you know where? And you know where the best place in the world? There's going to be two places that he's going to go. Maybe three.
San Francisco.
No.
Nope. San Fran won't be in play by that point. I think it's going to be New Orleans, New England, Denver. I think those are going to be your big three.
See, you know
Joey.
what?
And Denver's going to hinge greatly on how Drew Lock plays this year.
I'm gonna say no to Denver because I think Indianapolis is gonna see Wentz and they're gonna be like, he really is a piece of shit, and then they're gonna be all in too.
Maybe as a dark horse, I'll give you that. Maybe as
Well,
a dark
I mean,
horse.
Indy has a complete team, and they have money they can throw at him.
That's Cap was and like
Man,
offensive.
A-Rod and white and blue though.
Your
Wow.
brother would have instant wood.
I'm like smirking.
I
ear
think
to ear
I'm pretty
thinking
sure.
of
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
Pat, I heard you sprinkle in a
He
Tatum
just had a heart attack.
thing.
I would
before.
laugh one day if Bill Belichick, Joey, if Rodgers won a couple Super Bowls here, if like Belichick's 80 and has C9, and they're like, Bill, who is your favorite quarterback? Well, I thought Rodgers was, best pure talent I've ever coached.
Good sniffle
He
there.
would- he
Good
would-
sniffle.
He would never do that.
He might.
Best pure
Spot on,
talent I've
Pat.
ever coached.
Spot
He
on.
put it in a book. He's gonna write a book one day, but apparently Belichick has no plans of retiring, which is actually kind of cool. And
Why would he?
the goal apparently internally is that he wants to pass Don Shula. That's his goal.
He's close now.
No, he's like 3 years away.
Yeah, but that's close.
He's
3 good years.
Three or
Three
four good
9-win
years.
seasons.
But he's going to be close. Pat just had a.
Yeah, did you have a little conniption
Did
there? What
Pat
the hell's
just-
going on?
I'm here. It's my stupid headphones. I'm here, though.
Oh, okay. We thought you just crashed your car.
Headphone Pat.
I was like, oh man. I was like, were you smoking a douche flute in your Subaru too?
Oh Jesus!
That got a
Christ.
DUI. I'll listen to Robot C one.
Oh man, that would have been a bad. That would have been a bad hit, bro. You mean you could have put us on the phone with the cop and we could have tried to talk him out of it.
Talk
but
him out of it. Be like, hey, you're on air. You want to talk about being an insensitive prick?
We don't have that. Why would the cop be an insensitive prick?
I mean, it's just the theme of the night.
Oh, okay. Just do you want to talk about being a Sean? That's what we'll just call it anyway.
Dean.
But Pat, thanks for the call,
wait.
bro.
He said something
you
about
guys,
Tatum
thanks for all the
before.
good-
Yeah,
good
you said
points.
something about-
What was that Tatum
Yeah,
sprinkler?
what happened with Tatum?
I don't know. I have no beef with Tatum. It just seems like the Celtics are really struggling. And I listened to I know Sean made funny points about Kendrick Perkins before about Kendrick thinking there's 12 basketballs in a game, but it seems like everyone's killing Tatum for the Celtics struggles.
Well, I'm gonna kill Tatum for the Celtics struggles myself. I've been killing him all season. for
But
it.
he dropped 50 points the other
Yeah,
night.
Yeah, I don't
that's
care
great.
about that.
I don't
Yeah.
I heard
fucking
it was
care
a
about your
fake
50
game,
points.
Joey. A fake game. I don't
Oh,
know.
I mean,
That's great. He dropped 50 points. Who fucking
yeah,
who?
Kobe did
Yeah.
that like what 47
This is-
times.
this
No,
is-
listen,
yeah.
Tatum
They
is
gotta blow,
playing-
they're gonna blow up the team at this point.
He's playing bad basketball.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's great. He's scoring 30 points or
He totally
28
regressed
points.
this year.
Dude,
Big
he's
time.
playing awful basketball.
God, it feels good to be right about everything.
No, I've been right this whole time. Jalen Brown's the dude. Jason Tatum is not, and it's being proven as the years go by.
I don't know.
I think it's Kyrie. I think Kyrie's a horrific
But Jason
mentor.
Tatum could be the next Kobe Bryant because
I
he
never
worked
said
out with
that.
him that one
I
time.
never said that.
I love Pat. I think it's Kyrie's fault. My
I mean,
man.
it is Kyrie's fault, but
It's all
you know,
Kyrie's
Bro,
fault.
Stephen A. Smith is like, I'm not going to bring him. Stephen A. Smith is like the head of every black athlete. He defends everyone. And even Stephen A. Smith is like, Kyrie's fucking crazy yesterday.
yeah.
Well, he's
Even
not
Stephen
wrong.
A. Smith ripped Kyrie yesterday.
Well,
I mean,
Kyrie took another personal day,
He's like,
you know.
Kyrie is a crazy piece of shit. This motherfucker. Get out of here. Like, I love Stephen A.
He's losing his mind.
No, I love how he just goes from like
Oh,
low voice to explosions.
Yeah, he's
He's the Michael Bay of announcers.
He really, he really is. Oh man! All right, Pat. Thanks for the call, buddy.
Thanks,
we
buddy.
appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Yeah,
as
guys,
always.
always great points. Have you guys have a good week.
You too,
Hey,
buddy.
Pat,
Shake it,
you
buddy.
you have a better one, bro.
All right, leave it, buddies. Bye.
Later, bro.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Pat didn't mention the fucking draft show. It's the first time he
Well,
hasn't
because we
talked
told him
about
last week
Yeah,
we
you
weren't
did.
having it.
it. But Sean and I are gonna do it.
Oh, right. Yeah, you guys are gonna do one.
Yeah, you're gonna be, bye bye.
I'll be at work.
No, I thought you were in.
No, I'll be coming back from Florida.
Ah.
But the way my swaps work is I have
no
so
worries.
my partner works my Sunday, Monday, and I work his Thursday, Friday. I'm going to be in Florida Sunday, Monday, so it'll be impossible for me to be like, hey, let's cancel
swappy.
our swap
Yeah.
for Sunday for Thursday because I will not physically be in the state. Wait, what? I mean, I will be in the state. I'm not going to Florida. No one heard that from my work.
Doesn't matter.
You're right. It doesn't matter. I don't actually give a fuck. Go ahead.
Nobody cares anymore about what we traveling.
Nobody cares.
Suspend me.
No, I'm saying like travel.
Then we'd have a show.
Then yeah.
Everyone's getting.
You
Needles.
mean you did go to Florida?
I mean, my swap partner would get boned in that one, though. That would suck
just
for
tell
him.
him you'll work a week straight for him
You would
after.
get Ken boned.
I'll give you 400.
Remember that,
I'll give you
dude?
$400 and a bottle of booze, and be like, all right,
Ken
And
boned.
be like, next week I'll just work more.
yeah, it'll work. It'll work. Speaking of working overtime, so I'm putting on. We are going to be entering in. But I will be playing in a charity golf tournament at Foxborough Country Club
Nice.
on May 10th. It'll be to benefit one of our brothers in the DOC, and we're going to be getting some custom Snell golf balls with the Row 1 Seat 1 logo on it, and
Very
Rip and
nice.
Sip on the
Very
other
nice.
side. Be a par 3 there, and you kick in a couple bucks, and you hit the green, you get a sleeve of balls. It'll be really nice.
I would never hit the green because I
Shit,
suck
I
at
forgot to
golf.
bring your balls today. Damn.
You have some?
I got the Titleist balls for you.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah, I got a dozen.
And I'm playing tomorrow.
Girl,
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I'll leave them outside. Just grab them at the
isn't
house.
it raining?
Oh, it's okay. I've got like I've got a box of Pro V1s in my bag.
Well, I got
It's-
a dozen brand new Pro V1s for you, so
Sweet. So when I go and lose 3 or 4 of them tomorrow, I'll have a replacement.
Yeah,
I'll
it's-
lose all of them for you.
I'll leave it out.
Isaac and Ray, no, tomorrow's supposed to be nice. I'm playing at Cushing River Valley tomorrow morning, 9:30.
Well, dude, if you're going to cushion it, I'll just fucking leave them outside for
with
you.
my aforementioned swap partner,
There you go.
and so we'll be.
Yeah, I grabbed a couple dozen.
Yeah, but
so
I
I'm
go
gonna
the
keep-
other way.
I'm gonna keep one for
to get to Cushing
myself.
River Valley. I go the other way.
Oh, where do you go? Peckham.
I go Peckham Street. Yeah, and then bing, bing, bing. But no, I'm playing at Cushing River Valley tomorrow morning, 9:30. I gotta say, a Cushing River
I
Valley.
wonder if I could actually swing a golf club right now.
Nope.
No, I can because all mine. See, my back injury is different than yours. Mine is just inflammation in the back.
No, mine's
And it's
fucky.
and I gotta say, my chiropractor, I've been going to her like kind of religiously the last few weeks. Whatever she's doing is like fucking working miracles because my back feels like $1,000,000.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. And
Salt
it's all bad. It feels great. Like there's no.
Sean's a dick.
I have no pain anymore. Like it feels good. I went and worked out today. Like I went and did heavy fucking shoulders today, and I did my usual behind the neck
Yeah, as I
shoulder
sit here and I
presses.
have to squirm just from sitting
And
on a couch.
even slamming down 225 on the top of my shoulder blades, for the 5th set didn't bother me at all.
Honestly, the thing that I'm most pissed off about is I can't play softball.
Yeah, you're missing out with
I'm
that.
fucking-
Softball's
I'm
gonna be
so
fucking
mad.
fun this
I'm
year,
so
dude.
mad.
We got a fun team.
Dude, I'm doing everything I can to get
We got
fucking
some
healthy.
dudes that like to talk shit too, which I
Well,
really
that's
enjoy.
perfect. It
I
fits right
really
in.
enjoy. So it's a bunch of guys that I don't know.
But like golf and softball right now, I'm just like, fuck, come on back. Let's go. Like, come on.
I know.
Come on.
Patience, young grasshopper. Patience. But softball's gonna be fun this year. It's Buttonwoods, and we do play on the good field with the fence. by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we're not playing because I drove by and I went down the little middle
And
road
you're
there,
like, oh, no.
and I looked to the left and there was nobody there, and then I looked over to the right and I saw people like warming up, and I was like, okay, that's
Hell
gonna be
yeah.
it. And then I looked and I was like, yeah, I can see Cole from here with his towel hanging out, and I was like, okay, sweet. And I was like, he's there. So I went over and we.
With his towel
Nice.
hanging out.
Cole always has the towel,
Yeah, the wipe my hand towel.
wipe the hand
Gotcha.
towel, and it's like a signature move now. So that's how I identified it. And then we went over and it was a good time. The only problem was I went to the liquor store on Sunday morning
Oh, here we go.
and I forgot that.
I gotta go for a walk.
Yeah, you do that. I forgot
What
that.
about Shaw's?
What's that?
Doesn't Shaw's open early for alcohol?
Yeah, no, but you can't buy alcohol on Sundays in Massachusetts before 10 o'clock.
Is that all places?
Everywhere.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I thought it was like, I didn't know if it was like a touch and go thing, but I went in the liquor store, and I know damn well if my liquor store up the street could be selling booze at 8 a.m., they would.
God damn.
So I went in, and I'm like, why is everything dark? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, the cooler was dark, and I'm like, God damn it. And I'm looking. So I go in the back, and I grab a 30 rack of Bud Light, and I'm like, yeah, this will work. And I was like, why is it dark in here? I'm like, whatever. And I'm walking up to the counter, and she's like, oh, no beer. No beer yet. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. She's like, 10 a.m. Sundays. And I was like, and then it dawned on me, like, oh, right.
That is a thing.
We never used to play before. We rarely played before 10 a.m. in the
That's
past.
still such
So,
a weird law.
It's such a stupid law.
Like, you can be there at 9:50 and be like, oh, man, I gotta wait 10 minutes, and I can just not shotgun and beers legally
Right?
in the
It's
parking
like
lot.
it's like no. If you
so
buy
strange.
buying beer, it's like wearing a mask in a restaurant. Like you wear the mask from the door to your
walk to the-
table.
yeah, right.
And then when you get to your table, the virus respects the fact that you're eating and it doesn't invade.
The virus.
So-
The virus
Says,
is
"Yo,
Vince
we good,
Vaughn.
man.
No,
We
the
good."
virus is Vince Vaughn from Anchorman. Son of a bitch! Like, out of the car.
I think Vince Vaughn in what was that the Get Shorty sequel?
Get Shorty too.
No, what
Get-
was
Get
the Get
Shorter?
Shorty sequel? With John Travolta,
I don't remember.
It was Get Shorty.
Vince. Remember Vince Vaughn?
The
Twinkle,
name
twinkle,
of it was Get Shorty.
Twinkle, twinkle, baby, twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah, it was Get Shorty.
Wasn't it Get Shorty?
No, there was
There was a sequel, but I thought
the sequel was something
was it
different.
Get Shorter or something like that. Had like a weird ass name.
No,
Too short.
what the fuck was that called? Someone help us out. The one where Vince Vaughn, he's like, and he buys the pink bat, and they're like, this is why you can't send a queer to buy a baseball bat, and then they like go to do, and like it was Vince Vaughn and The Rock. Remember The Rock played the gay dude?
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock was in it.
And Andre 3000 from
And,
Outkast. That's Get Shorty.
Was The Rock in it?
It wasn't Get Shorty. It was the sequel to Get Shorty.
I don't remember it.
Dude, I don't remember this at all now.
Oh, god damn it. What the fuck was that called?
Get Shorter.
Give me a minute, it'll come to me. Because it was wicked fucking funny. Me and Smallwood used to watch it all the time. What was it?
Dude, speaking of short, I
Tell
love how things get like brought up all the time about Joey losing to children and stuff like that, like in races.
Be cool.
Be cool, thank you.
Wow, I
Now I
never got
remember
that.
it.
Be
Now I
cool.
remember it.
That Andre 3000. Remember then
Andre
like
3000.
Cedric
yeah.
the Entertainer was in it, and it was like
Everybody was in that,
that movie was great. I might watch that tonight.
Dude, what was it? Jared like last week said, I'll give it a shout too because I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was Be Cool.
Oh, Be
But,
Cool is great,
But
dude.
Jared was talking about something about last year, and all of a sudden it came up like Joey like lost to a child in a race. I love that.
Baby Legs.
I love that.
I love how he's trying to deflect from being the most insensitive prick on the face of the earth
Yeah,
right
he's
now by
Captain Insensitive
bringing
over here.
up the fact that
I
I
gotta do something.
bring up the fact that I
Wrap it up box.
I lost air quotes to a child.
It's
in a
my
race.
favorite story that I never attended.
Listen, we're about to dial it from. I'm about to call him fucking no nips. But, hey, did Joey lose a race?
Listen, everyone's going to agree with you because they all wanted me to lose. Everyone wanted Baby
Honestly,
Legs to win.
no.
They
no.
did.
Let's be real.
Everyone wanted Baby Legs
Everybody
to win.
wanted Baby Legs to get smoked because we were like, bro, you're slower than fucking.
He is slower than shit. Glasses?
The other Joey.
No, Joey Massa.
Yeah,
Joey
Massa.
Massa. Yeah.
But we're like, bro, you're slower than Joey Massa. Like, come on. And he was like, I'll beat Fats. And we're like, no, you won't. And then
He didn't. He didn't.
did.
He did not. He did not beat me.
It's my favorite non-story. I'm sorry.
Listen, if there was a camera there, I would have won.
If there was a camera there, I'd be playing it every fucking week.
Yeah, and you would
And
have had
Sean would be doing the,
and you would have had me chest out across the finish line like this. Dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
dun,
chest out across the grass,
dun,
which it was a race to first base.
dun, 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 dun.
So Joey passed him to the grass because Harper stopped at first base.
And didn't Joey push him like as you ran by him? He pushed him
Oh,
over.
God, if he would have pushed me, we'd have been dead.
I would have been in the parking lot for
We'd have
Christ's
been
sakes.
dead.
I heard, did he go through like the front windshield of someone's car?
I'd be like, flick you.
Ah!
I just add more and more to the story.
I'd just done the Durant Janikowski for the
Flick.
60 flick. 774-992-8702. Give us a call. Let's get into, so we got into a little bit. We talked obviously Julian Edelman. Let's talk a little bit about the Masters because Hideki Matsuyama won the Masters.
I have some opinions about the Masters.
And
Okay.
Sean actually was, we watched it
You
together.
got in tune because for me people?
No.
Sean's Asian brethren finally wins. Do you know that Japan has the second most golf courses as a country in the world?
And that's their first Masters.
Yes.
First male Masters, right?
That's their first Masters.
No,
They're
didn't like a bunch of women win? Like 2 or 3 women?
There have been successful Japanese women golfers. I
yeah.
can't remember
Not
her
the
name,
Masters.
but not no. The Masters is a
I can't
different
say the
thing.
names at all.
I want. I was about to say Connie Chung, but that's not it.
That's
I
not
mean,
it at
she's
all.
covered the Masters.
She's covered it,
covered the
but no. I can't remember the girl's name. I just looked it up earlier too, which is
Michelle Wong.
No, she was tennis, wasn't she?
No, it was
She was-
Michelle Kim. It was Michelle Kim. Sorry.
either way.
This is
So
borderline.
No, it was
Japan.
Michelle Kim. She was
Japan loves their
nasty.
golf.
Yeah.
Apparently, Japan
Yes.
is a huge golf country.
They love
They have
baseball,
the
I
second
guess.
most golf courses in the world. Do you know who the number one country in the world is for golf courses?
England.
Wrong.
Australia.
Wrong.
Who is it?
The United fucking States, bro. Come on. What the
Well,
fuck?
I mean, I figured it was a trick question.
I figured it was your question too.
Ah, that's why I tricked you. I freaked you with the okey doke.
So
well, no, I mean,
But
So-
Europe must
Japan,
have a
but you would
shit
never
ton.
guess that Japan, like all those countries, you would think like Ireland, Scotland, England, like all those
Those have
places
the most
Scotland
famous ones.
would have
Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard.
I am William Wallace. Like you would assume that those places would have more golf courses than anywhere else. No,
Like
no.
the British Masters.
they have more land.
They have more lands. Yeah, no, but the
They
Japanese.
got more
Dude, the
bunkers.
Japs are fucking crazy with their golf, dude. They've got the second most golf courses in the world. They have like triple decker fucking driving ranges all over the place. The way they train their golfers now, like in Japan, their number one thing.
So they
is
turned into the Russians with Drago for
pretty
Rocky?
much yes. They train their young golfers
Oh my god, I gotta get into golf.
and they train them for club speed and distance. They're like, we don't care about
They're
accuracy.
Like, do you see
We
Bryson
can-
DeChambeau?
We can teach you accuracy. We want to see you hit it as far as possible. It's fucking crazy. Like their whole regiment is insane, which is surprising to no one. But Matsuyama, he kind of ran away with it.
he definitely ran
made
away with it.
Made it pretty interesting
When he
in
had
the
that
last
double
like
bogey.
3 or 4 holes and whatever.
Well, but
he stayed so calm, so cool.
what's his face? Triple bogey to 16. That was it was done. That wasn't Zadalanis. It was
Yeah, Zetalanis.
yeah, Zadalanis. sorry.
Zetalanis. Was it
He
Zetalanis? Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Zadalanis was the blonde dude. It was the other guy.
Vast, something with a V.
He charged from 3rd to 4th round. He made up like
Right.
8 shots, and then he came to the 16th and he triple bogey, and that's his first ever triple bogey in 100 rounds at the Masters.
My man, as I sat and watched golf,
Endowments.
as I
He will
sat,
be well endowed for the rest
I
of
saw
his
that and I
life.
thought,
I know,
what guy?
Sean. What?
That's why I was like side laughing.
Hideki Matsuyama, the most well endowed ever Japanese
Hundreds
man.
of
I don't
millions
know.
of endowments.
Hold on. William Hung. Remember him?
Yeah, obviously.
He was very endowed.
He was Korean.
Dude,
though.
he's a fucking doctor now, like a surgeon. Good
He was
for him.
Korean,
And
though,
he got
wasn't
all
he?
that money.
I think he's whatever.
She banged.
On Sunday, as
Fairly certain he's Korean.
Who
never,
cares?
I never, ever watch golf. And
So why did you watch it?
Because I came by and we were, like my wife and my son came by and we saw Joey and Lauren on Sunday afternoon. So we watched a couple of minutes of it, and I sat there as a cocky piece of shit, and I was like, "Are these men professionals? Like they can't putt to save their lives? Like it just seemed like everything was like, oh, just outside." And
Well,
everyone's like,
it's Augusta.
I was
I
explaining
had
that
no
to him.
idea. I'm like,
So I was
Like,
explaining. I was
like, all right,
explaining
so
to
you're
Sean.
looking at it on TV and you're like, oh, that looks like a straight putt. When all actually it's going to curve like 9 inches to the left.
I explained to Sean that
like,
if you were
why is he aiming over there when the hole's over here? It's like, watch, Sean.
if you were a scratch golfer, meaning like you can basically shoot par at any course, like you're that good,
and you went to Augusta.
and you went to Augusta and you just started on the greens, they just placed your ball on the green and you had to putt,
You'd be plus 10.
you would still be plus 15.
yeah.
so listen, I had no idea. I'm like, all these guys suck.
Allegedly.
As I never ever.
I don't know, man. I kind of believe it. You've
I
seen some of the
never
putting
watch him
lines on
play.
that fucking shit.
I think Quinn Fenno could handle it. He's pretty nice. I've seen him play.
And I'm sitting there like,
And I've got friends that have played with him, and he's disgustingly nasty.
I'm just sitting there going, these guys suck. This is so easy. Like the guy's like this far away, and he's like putting the ball. He's like, whoa, on the hill. I'm like, wow, this is awful.
My
I was waiting
favorite
for
one is that
Yoshimitsu to come out when you were saying, "Oh, Yoshimitsu."
I was all for it.
Right.
Joey's like, oh,
hops.
Joey's like, oh, the Asian guy's in the lead. I'm like, I'm all for it. Like, Yang. I was like, Yang Gang 2021. Joey's like, that's not even his name. Whatever.
Who cares? Yang Gang. As he puts up the picture of my cat with the Yang Gang chain on it. But no, the Masters.
Well,
it was fun, but it's wild. And Pat's correct. This Matsuyama now is going to be able to ride this
So much
green jacket
endorsements.
for the rest of his life. He is never going to have like.
That's
you
crazy
think
to
you
me.
think you got to think he made $11.5 million. I think it was
What?
to win
Yeah.
What?
something like that. It was $11.5 million.
It's
Was
the
the
fucking
first,
Masters.
and that is an absolute drop in the bucket for what
he's
he's
gonna
going
make,
to
yeah.
earn in endorsement.
That's
Think
what
about
you
this.
win for
know
the
what
Masters?
Like people don't realize this. Think of Ichiro.
I thought you just won the fucking jacket.
Well, you get the jacket, the prize, and the trophy.
and
Shit.
$11 million.
I didn't know you won that much money.
Sometimes you get a car. Like this.
Oh my
There's all kinds
God.
of different shit from
There's
year to year
perks,
that you can
bro.
get.
There's
Yeah,
perks.
It's the fucking Masters.
Sean, you got to remember this is a golf course that just
I
allowed
don't-
black people to play there in 1990.
I don't watch golf. I have no idea how they get paid.
Call
I think I'm fairly
1-800
certain the purse was $11.5 million. I'll look it up.
Oh my God, what was it? Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois,
Yeah, dude,
60652.
I legit thought there was like teams and like people like signed to golfers and you go play for like fucking Nike or some shit.
Well, yeah, if you looked at him, he was wearing Strixon all over his stuff.
I
and
have no idea.
Oh,
What
Lexus
never
on
mind.
his
Sorry, it was
shirt.
only $2 million. It's $2 million.
Oh, okay. I feel
Sorry.
better. I was like $11 million. I'm like,
But he
What's
they-
Strixon?
That's the golf
Zalatoris won,
balls.
but Zalatoris won $1.24 million.
never heard of it. Strixon?
Yeah, how do you pronounce Strixon, right?
No idea. Is
Strixon.
Strixon,
Is that
yeah.
an Asian company?
No. No, but if you look at him on his hat, it was Strixon all over it. He had Lexus on his shirt. Like, everything that you could
Lexus?
put. Yeah, oh yeah.
These guys have sponsors all over them too?
Doug, how do you think they fucking make money?
I don't know.
They don't pay for
I
clubs. They
just
don't
said
pay
I
for
don't
anything.
watch.
And they like golfers endorse like high end shit. They're like
Mercedes-Benz, Bentley,
Mercedes,
like,
Mercedes.
Nautilus.
Yeah,
Like,
they're like, and here
Rolex.
and here we have Jordan Spieth with his Ferrari jacket on today. Like
legit.
You know what I mean? Like
Like
I'm
these
going-
dudes,
that's-
they make
that's
these
bank,
dudes
dude.
don't pay for any clothes. Don't pay for any
Matsuyama,
shoes,
so it's
any clubs, any
Hi-
anything.
it's everyone's basically assuming Matsuyama is going to light the torch for the Olympics in Tokyo
I believe it.
Why?
because he is now the biggest sports icon in Japan.
Yeah, he's bigger than Ichiro now. Like that was the point I was trying to make.
Name me
When
the greatest
Ichiro-
Japanese athlete you know
and this
that's
guy
currently
replaced him.
active.
Godzilla?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Fucking animate that shit.
So, like, think about it though. Like when Ichiro crossed over to
Dun,
MLB
dun,
and became
dun,
the star that he was in MLB,
Yeah.
the dude was set in Japan forever.
Well, that made sense. I'm like,
Right.
that makes sense to me. But
This guy just passed him.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That is fucking crazy.
He's ghost, bro. This dude is going to ride this way, and that's what the crazy thing about golf.
So
Like,
he
he
can
and
doesn't
that's
ever
why-
have to win again.
So he essentially can just retire right now.
But Sean,
no,
this
no,
is,
he has to stay active, so he's relevant. But
Yeah,
he never
he'll-
has to win again.
no, he never has to win again. He will stay active.
So
and
if
he
he's
will-
just dog shit for the rest of his career,
but he'll be
It doesn't matter.
He'll be completely
He
relevant.
brought
in
the
Japan.
green jacket to Japan.
Yeah.
jacket's green. That was gold.
Green.
Oh my fucking word, Sean.
This guy.
I'm being dead serious with
Go
you. I'm
jump
like,
out the fucking window, you
fucking
considerate
right.
prick.
Wow.
hey, listen, I'm gonna put this ball from here to that green and white bucket, and I'm gonna miss by 11 feet.
And we're gonna golf clap.
Give me $11 million.
No.
I won't even give you a gold jacket, you piece of shit.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go play.
You know why he
tomorrow,
said
and
gold
if the-
jacket? He's thinking of fucking Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, he is.
That's my jacket, you son of a bitch! Give him my jacket!
I think I am.
Play it where it lies, bitch.
That's 3 shots.
Yeah.
And you can count, and you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. Because you're an insensitive prick.
Yeah, I got it.
Ooh. Fighting words.
Yeah, my car's right behind
Fighting
yours,
words.
bro. Don't worry.
774
Rear end me too.
99.
No, I don't want to hurt my car.
8702.
man.
That's the phone number if you want to get in on this fight night.
I got golf balls in the car, man. We'll start hucking them at each other.
Hitting them with baseball bats at each other.
Yo, you ever hit a golf ball with a baseball bat?
Yes.
God, that's
Papagino's
like
parking
that's
lot.
like a mile shot. You're like, teak.
Dude, remember we used to do that in Papagino's parking lot? We had the wood bat and golf balls?
No, I'm talking about a metal bat.
The aluminums, yeah, 100%.
Dog.
I don't think we had aluminum bats.
Listen.
Dude, you feel like a god. You're
SPJ.
like,
right?
oh,
Hey,
Barry Bonds.
We were at Crapo doing home run everyone did. I was like, hey, I got a golf ball. Watch this. And we just lobbed the couple up to each other. Bro, I was like, tink. We were like,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah, they're ghosts.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucking tip.
You start
We
making
used-
videos.
We're
You're like,
like, we just hit that 950 yards. Holy shit.
And then we would go out and back at Papagino's. We had this super sweet wiffle ball bat, like an extra thick one, like it was like a real like heavy wiffle ball bat.
the kids ones?
And then we would take frozen meatballs. We would
Just
bomb
huck
them
'em.
into the BVO parking lot.
Yeah.
It was
Home-
it was
home run
good. It was
derby with
good. It was
meatballs.
great fucking times,
times,
dude.
great
You know,
times.
the mid 2000s were great. Like Jeezy was the shit. G Unit was still relevant.
Ludacris was
D-
lovely.
DMX
Luda was
alive.
great. Keith, we were all working at Geno's. We all had bass in our cars. DMX was still alive and very much relevant.
I used to fucking break the walls down like I was Chris Jericho every time I pulled up in that bitch.
It was great. It was good stuff. It was
Dude,
really
I had the
was.
GM one time, like the district manager. I'll never forget. I had to come to fucking Kings Highway.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom. I had to come to Kings Highway to get dough because we ran out of fucking dough. Who runs out of dough?
Fucking toolbox,
Right?
Tom.
So
Hey,
Eric,
I'm gonna come in and rearrange these shelves in the middle of your Friday lunch
a
rush.
kid used to work with us in Dartmouth, got transferred to Kings Highway. So I hit him up and I was like, yo, I'm coming to get dough. And he was like, guy, base it. And I'm like, all right. He's like, I want to see how far I can hear it from. I'm like, all right. So I come down Mount Pleasant around to go to Kings Highway, bro. Tell me I don't turn into the Kings Highway parking lot and the fucking DM, bro, of like the 20 stores around here with his clipboard in hand, arms crossed, just shaking his head like, this motherfucker. And I pull up, I'm like, oh, hey, Tom. He's like, never again do I want to hear that. I'm
He
like,
was such a fucking
I was like,
tool.
all right, cool, no problem, bro. I went inside. Robin was there, just like, ha, you got in trouble. I grabbed the bread from Eric. Eric's like, you're going to do it, ain't you? I was like, you fucking know it. Turned on my car and was like, whoop. Let me just shake your fucking store as I leave, bitch.
Go ahead,
I don't-
fire me. I
I don't-
dare you.
legit.
I don't understand. Like, what was the problem? You're in your own car.
Because I was on company time and I was pulling up to a company restaurant and I was literally, Sean, you don't understand. When I say I shook the store, you knew when I was coming. Fucking walls would vibrate. The fucking tiles in the ceiling would start
And Tom
shaking.
was one of those
like-
guys who only had his job because his wife was like worked in corporate and
Yeah.
got him his job, and
So he thought he had to be important.
he was
nice.
like, "I need to justify my paycheck every single day." And he was a fucking midget.
But, like,
man.
you knew-
like he made baby legs look like a grown adult.
But like you knew when I was pulling up,
Okay.
especially if I had Jeezy on.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, shit was good. 2000, the mid 2000s were good.
04,
Uh,
05.
Yeah, 774-992-8702.
No, you missed your cutoff. It's 10:01. No more phone calls.
Oh, 10:01, no more phone calls. So says Sean.
Phone calls are done.
Just fucking
Don't call up for
inconsiderate
nothing.
son of a bitch.
We're just kidding. You can call whenever you want. So
Sean's
let's
like, I break phone.
let's get
Masahiro
in. So
Tahara.
the in other NFL news, the Watson drama continues to get thicker.
It's so like
Oh,
the
man.
air.
this
Oh,
shit's
man.
just fucking getting so mopped right now.
Dude,
it's not even funny.
I'm so sorry. I'm all out on defending Watson right now. He made like the worst comments. It's like, dude, you should have just shut the fuck up.
I mean, he should have just shut the fuck up and just let it play out.
Him
but
saying
I'm glad he's not shutting the fuck up because I really feel like now, like a fourth and a sixth might be able to get him.
dude,
on
you might be able to
draft
get him as a free agent
night. True.
because
True.
he came out and he said,
So who do you think? All right. So we know obviously someone is paying these women to come forward. Who do you think?
so did
it-
you know that
Let's go
all-
down a rabbit hole. Let's put on our tinfoil hats.
Easterby.
Who do you think is the culprit that wants to destroy Deshaun Watson's life?
40
Used to
minutes
be.
ago?
Jack Easterby,
I mean,
100%.
it's got to be somebody within the Texans organization,
So
right?
40 minutes ago.
Yep.
Now all 22 women have no problem putting their name on the suit.
Guy, he came out and said, yeah, I had sex with every single one of them because he knew all the names ahead of time, and he's like, I had sex with every single one of them, but it was consensual. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well,
like,
but-
what kind of
But
legal
you see,
counsel does
all right,
he
listen,
have?
but listen.
Because what?
Because if he did actually have sex with them, he says, I never had sex with those women. And it comes out, well, you did have sex with those women. But, well, I never raped them, though. You're better off coming out now and be like,
I had
yeah, we
consensual
fucked.
sex with all
Right.
these women. Yes,
But
I
it
am a
doesn't-
young,
it's
rich,
public.
professional athlete.
It's public image. We talk about this all the time. And no matter what the actual evidence is, you're already going to be claimed guilty before you even do anything else because he came out and said, well, yeah, I had sex with everyone that came out and said something. It's like,
Wow, shocking. 24-year-old successful multi-millionaire male athlete has sex with multiple women. This is the South Park episode all over again. Why are these young, successful men having sex with women who aren't their wives? Damn it, I demand answers.
I think it was.
Well, let's see. I go on the road all the time. I need massages. They come by. They feel it.
Yeah, has anybody paid attention to the NBA for the last, I don't know, ever?
I think it's just a bad idea on his part to come out and say.
I think it's the best
Dude,
idea.
the NBA brought women into the bubble.
They did.
Yeah, but the NBA legalized it.
That's what they brought them into the fucking bubble.
Didn't they bring in strippers by accident?
That's what I was
What do you
saying,
mean by
Sean.
Yeah, by accident.
Yeah, no, it was the girlfriends of certain players, and they brought chicken wings.
Remember that? What NFL? It wasn't NBA. It's NBA. What NBA player brought a stripper but dressed her as a guy and put her in a jersey and be like, "This is Mike." And they said it was a player. And they were like,
It was probably Patrick Beverly.
"Dude,
Let's be honest.
I love Patrick Beverly. I hope
We know
it
you
was.
do.
I gotta
Lou
find out
Williams,
who that
too,
player
yo.
was.
The chicken wings are good.
Yo, they got the best chicken wings in the whole
What's
place.
this thing out in Atlanta? Oh, they good, man. You got to get them wings up over there.
I don't understand. As someone who I was giving Deshaun Watson benefit of the doubt, I'm like, come on, man. There's no way all of this comes out as soon as he says, I want to leave Texas. All of a sudden, all these women, well, I was raped repeatedly by him. Well, he bukkakied all over the place.
I mean,
I know that's impossible.
Listen, there was definitely some bukkake.
If you don't know what that means, use Google. But
If you never know what that means, you ever listen to Little John? Oh, skeet, 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 skeet.
there you
Just,
go.
know.
I mean, like some of the stuff
Have
that
you
was
never been on E-Bombs World? Jesus
some of
Christ.
the stuff that he was
children.
claimed to have done. Impossible.
Well,
Physically impossible.
I mean, impossible unless you are very well endowed for the rest of your
Dude,
life.
it was like 8 feet away.
or the female was a willing participant. But
like
that's,
this. So we were
that's the point
socially
Deshaun
distancing,
Watson's
and it still
proving.
got all over my nose. I don't know how.
But that's the point Deshaun Watson's making by coming out and saying, yeah, I had sex with all of these women. Of course I did. That was the point. Like, what's the problem here? You came to my house knowing what you were doing. You actively engaged in it, and now you're trying to sue me for it?
Well, they just
No.
They just want money.
Right, and that's the thing. And I think Deshaun Watson ultimately is going to win. Now, the court of public opinion will obviously hold a different, will hold him to a different standard. But he is ultimately going to win this case because nothing's going to come of this. Because if he had consensual sex with all 22 of these women, as he claims he did,
Which I mean,
Problem.
then what's the crime here?
Problem. It's going to be next to impossible to prove that he did consensual sex with all 22 or 24.
What are they going to
22.
say? Well, he coerced me. Yeah, bitch, he paid for your flight to Houston. He bought you dinner, got you a car,
And your massage
paid
was-
you, and paid you for your massage services.
and how much was your massage? It was $1,000.
So does this go to court? Does this go to court?
That's the move that they're trying to
If
get
it goes to
now.
a jury, I'm telling you, he's fucking dead.
No, he's not.
I don't think
he's
so.
off.
Dude.
He's off. If it goes to jury, he's scot-free.
But like, all right. So the same point you're saying, how can you prove it wasn't?
Oh, I know they were against his word.
and this
But
is
we're
going to
in
be
a-
extremely
we're
damaging to
in
the
America.
sex workers are workers crowd.
We're in America, and women's, the whole no victim shaming thing right now. So I feel like it's a bad look for him.
But
Oh, look,
okay,
I get the
bad
look
does
and
not,
what it actually is two different things.
But a bad
doesn't
look does
matter.
not carry a guilty verdict.
Bad luck ruins his career. He's gonna be one of these
Ruins
cases
what
now.
career? If he bounces back, he goes to court, he wins, nothing happens. He gets traded to Denver, goes on as an MVP season.
Before you even get to all the trade to Denver thing, which I know you love to
Or,
do.
or wherever.
Does
it doesn't matter.
if this-
San
if this
Francisco,
is
I don't
still-
care.
If this is still
Insert
continuing,
team here.
If this is still continuing, is he allowed to play in the NFL?
No, he'll be on the commissioner's
will he
exempt
though?
list.
If it doesn't go to trial,
I think
Yes.
if it doesn't go to
Yes.
trial,
Yes.
will he?
No, because the NFL.
Because
Roger
if it doesn't go to trial, they can't.
Roger
they
Goodell,
can't
Roger
if it doesn't
Goodell
go to trial.
doesn't have that position anymore. He gave it to a woman. It's like remember that new position they created?
Oh yeah.
And she has the power to suspend players while they're in court hearings.
But if it doesn't go to trial, they can't.
But if it's still in. Whatever,
No, it's in litigation.
Yes.
So as long as it doesn't move to a trial, they cannot put him on the
So
exempt list.
let me ask you
They
this.
can't.
Where is the crime of having consensual sex with 22 women?
There is none. But they're,
Okay.
they're all
okay,
claiming rape
Okay.
or
Are they?
some kind of rape, of coercion.
But okay, so how's that going to hold up in court though? That's the thing. If this goes to court And Tony Busby, who I assume is going to get absolutely shellacked in court by Watson's lawyer. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Johnny Cochran.
No.
I mean, he might as well be.
He's dead.
Who he's the guy that he's the go-to NFL lawyer.
Yep.
If he goes and gets shellacked in court, and all these women get slapped down, it's like, wait, hold on. So he paid for your plane ticket. This was arranged. What's he going to get? What's he going to get hit on? That he paid massage therapists with the caveat that there would be a happy ending involved. So it's some like mild form of prostitution at best.
Uh-huh.
Okay, maybe the NFL suspends him for 4 games for that, and then it gets reduced to 2. But really all this is that you had 22 women who were probably paid off by the Texans organization in some way, shape, or form
Jack used to be.
to come out and drag Deshaun Watson's name through the mud in order to attempt to ruin his career and get him suspended and just try to kill his career. That's it. Like, I'm sorry, that's not enough for me.
It's Rusty Harden, by the way.
Rusty Harden, thank you. That is not nearly enough for me to sit here and say Deshaun Watson's A, bad guy, B, he was doing anything out of the ordinary in terms of what someone in his position
and
would
the
be
thing
doing.
with this is it's different than everything when the whole Me Too movement started.
Could you imagine
Charlie
being
Weinstein
worth
and
$100
all
million,
that?
24 years old, being worth $100 million?
No.
You would be fucking every goddamn fucking thing that walks, dude. Can you fog a mirror? Check yes. Thank you. I will see you in the back. Like,
heard
and
Schitt's
then
Creek
you have the
theme.
money and say, let's just say he's got a fetish and he likes to nail massage therapists. Maybe that's his thing. Or maybe we just uncovered the fact that there's this huge underground world of massage therapists who are actually
How'd I
prostitutes
know he was going to bring it there?
that service high-end clients. I mean, like, we've gone through this, the whole Jeffrey Epstein shit, the Harvey Weinstein shit.
Well,
like,
you see, that's what I was going to say.
Is this really that far? Like, is this really that far
But the
fetched?
difference between Watson and the things that were happening then, there was so many witnesses around for all that other shit. This is literally just you and him alone.
What if?
So,
what,
like,
what
if-
if one of them has video evidence?
I think you would have heard about it already.
that he raped him?
No, that like some shit went on. Like I don't know what the fuck.
Because
Well,
remember,
they have to have something.
And I agree with what Sean's saying to an extent. Like, his reputation is going to be damaged beyond repair to a degree. Because look, we all know what happened in the Kobe Bryant case. Okay, Kobe did not rape that woman.
No, they had sex.
If you read the transcripts from that thing, they definitely had sex. It was definitely consensual, and she definitely fucked her way into that building, trying to do exactly what she set out to do, which was accuse Kobe Bryant of raping her, which he did not. It's Kobe Bryant. I'm sorry. You're not that attractive. He doesn't need to
One
rape
case.
you.
It was one case.
And it was a one-off in Colorado, one random night.
Yep.
He did not rape that chick. We all know that to be the truth.
Oh, she bangs.
Unless you're one of those people that wants to think that Kobe Bryant was a rapist. He committed adultery, yes, but again, we've gone over this. That's basically in the contract for NBA players that you must commit X amount of cases of adultery each year in order to satisfy your contract.
Have to cheat.
And
You do.
Watson's not married, correct?
No.
He is not.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
right, but I'm just
that's
saying.
King Dingaling right there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that people still believe that Kobe Bryant is a rapist because that was the narrative.
No, he wasn't.
Well, Sprite dropped him. Oh, okay. So I guess
Because
Sprite, the Coca-Cola company,
'cause they-
Coca-Cola
'cause they had
must
to.
be the end-all, be-all,
They
right?
did it because they were like, oh, shit, this looks
Yeah,
bad.
Nike
We'll just
didn't
drop
drop him. You know, none of the
No, Nike actually revitalized them.
I was saying Nike. Didn't they suspend right now?
No, they stopped making one shoe.
Yeah, they suspended it for now.
While it was in trial, they're like, all right, we're just not going to make the Kobe 9s. We're going to hold off. Oh, trial's done? All right, put them on.
Kobe 9s. Here we go. But that's the thing. Like, you're not wrong in that sense, because his reputation is going to be damaged from this no matter what. Which is what whomever is putting together this lawsuit, is encouraging these females to come forward. Whoever is encouraging them to do that has accomplished their goal. His name is sullied.
Yeah, but you know what? But guess what? Reputation, whatever. If the dude still plays quarterback and makes money, I don't really think he cares about his reputation.
Let's flip the script real quick. Let's say Deshaun Watson comes out and beats the shit out of this case. Let's say
I thought you were saying something else.
he wins this case. It's a slam dunk. This was consensual sex. These women are all sex workers as they are.
Gotcha.
Whatever it wants to be. All the feminists now will have to, who are really willing and ready to string up Deshaun Watson. They're gonna have to sit there and go, Ooh, this is a bad beat.
Never happen. It'll never happen.
No, it won't because they'll never admit it
Not-
to face. But we as men, we will sit here and we will say, this is bullshit. This is fucking hypocritical, and you all need to eat your fucking crow.
But it won't happen. It's not as good as a story. It's not as good a story as like, team captain, all-star, has consensual sex with 22 women. It's like, it's not a captivating story.
It's like, damn,
but
he's
he
a whore.
raped 22 women. That's the headline. So if he beats this, which is very plausible, because up until he said something, I was like, the chance of him raping 22 women and them waiting all until right now, way too much
How
bullshit.
fucking convenient.
Yeah, and
And we said this from day one. The timing of this whole thing has been extremely convenient.
he's like, I'm never playing for Texas again.
I'm sorry,
You are a rapist.
It's like it's been extremely inconvenient for Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
The timing of everything.
When he said, I will never play for the Texans again, the very next day, Deshaun Watson is a
Deshaun
rapist.
Robinson, huh?
Deshaun Robinson.
Deshaun Foster,
rapist.
Robinson, Watson,
The third.
the fourth.
And then one of the
Esquire.
women hurts the rest of their cases because one woman said, I want $100,000 or I'm going on the lawsuit. And he said, no thanks. And she says, all right, I'm joining the lawsuit.
Yep.
So she straight out wanted $100,000.
She was just like, yep, this is a
She's
money
like-
grab,
she's
but I
like,
want
whatever.
part of it.
She's like, whatever. You rape me, I'll shut up if you pay me. And he's like, no thanks. And she's like, I'm joining it. That actually hurts.
And
hurts
I
the
like,
case.
honestly,
Of course it
I
hurts
like
the case.
Deshaun Watson's. I like his odds in court. I really do, because there's no way in hell they're going to be able to prove, because he didn't rape 22 women.
You're right, but it's public opinion again, and that's like the most damning thing about everything. It's just
Right,
public opinion.
but
Public opinion is one thing, but what happens in the courtroom is what happens in the
The
courtroom.
one thing that Deshaun Watson has going for him, I guess, or maybe, and might sound backwards, so bear with me, but he's a black male playing quarterback in the NFL right now. After the way Colin Kaepernick was treated and everything else, and the stigma around black male athletes, don't you think that a lot of people are going to rise to his defense and come out in support of him simply because they're going to say, this is wrong, you're only doing this, you're targeting him because he's a black male, which I don't think they're targeting him because he's a black male. I think they're targeting him because he said,
he's
I'm
rich.
never going to fucking play for you again. And the Texans were like, oh, really, motherfucker? Well, we can play that
Remember all
game
those
too.
masseuses that
It has-
we
I don't
sent
think it-
out your way?
I honestly don't think it has anything to do with race, but the Michael Smiths, the Jameel Hills, the Stephen A.
Yeah,
Smiths,
what happens? What about
they're
this?
gonna come out in force, but in support of Deshaun Watson if he's found to be innocent and not having done anything other than maybe pay women to come and give him a massage that was accompanied by a happy ending, which we will then get. All the attention will turn directly to Robert Kraft, and they'll say, "Billionaire white guy gets it done.
Gets
no
off.
big deal." Young black athlete gets it done. Now it's the end of the world. And you know what everybody's going to do? Delta and American Airlines and Coca-Cola and FedEx and all these companies are going to go, you know what? You're right. This is wrong. We should support our black athletes. We should.
then
And
you
the
can come
whole
again.
narrative will just suddenly start to change.
That's what always happens.
Back shots.
All the time.
Or they'll leave them out to dry because it's good. It's
What
good
the fuck
cannon
was it
fodder
with
for their
that crap
shits.
shit
I
was
don't
going
know.
on that I had you dying for like 3 weeks?
Dude, I don't
Was
know.
it the come again?
Yeah, it was like Kim Kardashian coming her back thing.
Yeah, was it come again?
The
The comeback.
Pratt
Yeah,
thing.
Chris Pratt.
Chris
Yeah.
Pratt. Thank you. Yeah. But no, that was
It's unbelievable. Though.
It's a really ridiculous situation. I'm eager to see how it plays out because I really want to
It's gonna
see.
take months.
Because no matter what, it could, but it doesn't. It's moving along quick though. That's the thing. Like
Is it, though?
they're flying through this. Yeah,
Well,
because
the defense attorney is just literally letting it all fold out.
What did the article say? Like, the updated 40 minutes ago. Did it say like where they're at?
I don't even. I think
that
they're
was
trying.
22 women. 22 women. All 22 women have jumped on now.
Yes.
That's
That
the
I
latest
know.
thing.
But now I think they're going to a judge because they're trying to get it to a jury. I think that's what they want. They want to bring the case. I don't know exactly how it works in something like this.
So at first it was 13 of the 22 came out,
Yep.
and then a 14th came, and now supposedly
22.
all
the
22 of them
remaining the
came.
remaining
Oh,
all came.
Jesus Christ.
And that's Deshaun Watson's
Jesus,
defense.
Keith.
So
Phrase
the-
it.
all 20
they're
you came. All 22
so all
you
22
came.
women are coming on the lawsuit.
Don't look at me like that. That's a terrible phrase.
Why am I insensitive like you prick? I'm just trying to be my best Dean impersonation over here, you know.
Let's be as insensitive as possible.
Insensitivity training by Sean B.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to take a sensitivity training because Sean can't. Because of Sean, of all the people.
Just wants to fucking jump on.
Do these women have Sarah, I have no idea.
We don't know.
We have
That's
no
the thing.
idea.
We don't know what the evidence is, but that's why I think
No,
going
so
to
like
trial,
some of them, like, oh, we have text messages to him apologizing and shit. It's like, yeah, hey, I'm sorry, I bukakied up your nose. My bad. Like,
yo,
Jesus.
listen, right? No,
Yeah, it's like-
or you could just be saying like, yo, I'm sorry. Like,
hey, like
what-
this. Hey, no,
I
ready?
thought I,
I'm sorry, it was rushed today. I had to go. Like,
Yeah.
like he could be you saying, I'm sorry, but sorry, I only had a 20 for a
Or he
tip.
could
Like,
literally just be saying, "I'm sorry, I don't even know what I did. Like, I thought we were good. Thought
They
we had an
have text?
agreement."
so
It will come out if they have text.
well, no, originally it came out that one of the girls had DMs from him apologizing.
I think the end game here is going to be the let's just call it the Texans want to see his personal dirty laundry aired out in the media for everyone to see, and they just want to embarrass him as much as they possibly can, and they're going to succeed in doing that. But what they don't realize is that, and this doesn't come as any surprise because the Texans organization is full retard.
Full-blown full rebuild.
Is that every single male that is a fan of Deshaun Watson is going to be like, dude, sweet, bro. I wish I was you. I wish I could afford to fly 22 different women into Houston over the course of a year and a half.
Do the Texans have any kind of contractual out if he breaks a law or goes or has like a crime committed or something like that? I wondered that.
Well, yeah, the contract becomes voidable. Like what happened with Michael Vick in
Are
Atlanta.
you sure?
Look what happened to Michael Vick in Atlanta.
That was in the contract. though,
If
for
he's
Michael
found
Vick.
guilty, maybe, but I don't think there's
Yeah, right, so
definitely-
he's found guilty and he
right,
can't
but you gotta
perform his
remember
duties on the field
What
because
happened
of
with
that.
What happened with Michael Vick though will also set a precedent for what came for future contracts.
Right. So like basically the way that I think the literature goes is if he gets convicted of a felony or something like that, he gets put in jail and he cannot perform his duties, the contract can become
Oh, he
void.
performed his duties all right.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, Bukaki.
We heard about the super Alabama black
What?
snake doing
Yeah.
doing its curvaceous nature. And it was
Okay.
like,
Jesus.
I'm just saying that the man is clearly talented.
I'm sorry,
from
come
the
again?
waist down.
Yes. All up in your ass.
Some of the stuff that you read about in the articles is just like this is not physically possible.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Or is
but if
it?
you're
No.
6 feet away,
One of them was like 8.5
and
feet
he's
away.
laying down, that's a shot, bro. I'm just saying, that's a shot.
Listen, man.
That's
even in
like
my-
Guinness Book of World Record shit
Listen,
right there.
Exactly.
Like,
I've had some pretty long shots in my life. Nothing beyond 8 feet.
yeah, that's
dude.
like a golf shot, bro.
Yeah, that's some
He's
like
putting better than the guys on Sunday did.
yeah, that's some talent. That's some freaks of cock Charles Haley shit.
It's
Like,
ludicrous. And sit down with some Cavassier double shots. You know?
I mean, listen, like I like to fancy myself a pretty big expert, but I mean, I know my limitations, man. I'm a realistic, honest person with myself, and I understand that there are just some things I cannot do. 8 feet,
Bro,
it's out there.
That's skill.
That's
Well,
out there. That's the length of this table.
Oh, definitely plausible. Then.
Am I standing like up there and shooting down?
I mean, I'm just saying, if you were just
That's how massage tables work. On a downward angle.
I mean,
you know what? Maybe
Downward dog?
I'm gonna put a little measuring tape out here, and I'm gonna test for
I
science.
am
Joey's
never
like-
coming up here again to do a radio show.
Nice. Joey's. That's nice. Joey's gonna make.
Sean,
the,
you gonna come again?
Yep. Joey's gonna reenact it with dolls up here, and Joey's gonna be like, "And this is the trajectory."
It's gonna be like sports science, and you can see the yaw of my penis. In
No,
this
it's
one
gonna be,
was 3 degrees to the
It's
left.
gonna be like Seinfeld when they talk about the magic bullet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the magic
Yeah.
loogie, whatever it was. Hits him 3 times.
So you have to measure from the base of the penis, from the base of the
Oh
shaft
Jesus Christ!
to the tip, and get the proper angle, and then you have to adjust
And
for
remember,
yaw.
right as about to happen, thrust.
Always thrust.
And some of the other stuff too, to get away from the thrusting and the shooting angles. The girl was like, I just didn't understand like what was going on. I'm like, you're a 20-something-year-old woman. You have no idea why this man has an erection and he's thrusting into the air.
I don't know what happened. I was just cupping the balls, and all of a sudden it woke up.
Like some of the stuff is like incredibly like cringeworthy to read. I mean, it's awful, and like you really hope that he didn't rape any of these women. But some of the stuff you read
That's
is
the
just
thing. Like, you really hope
it's like,
it's actually.
Jesus
Oh yeah, no, because if he
Christ.
did, it's like, oh, you a big piece of shit, man.
Exactly.
If he did, then yeah, he's a fucking Skinner, and fuck him then. Like at that point, like you know, I'll throw him off the fucking boat. Like I don't give a shit, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt until he's had his day in court because it's innocent until
Well,
proven
not
guilty.
even just that, but it seems so outrageous the shit they're saying that you're like, wow.
It is
Ugh.
So you're going that way, huh? All right, deep end. Got it.
facts.
So,
Facts. All right, I think we can probably wrap it up there.
Wrap it up, box.
you don't wanna talk about
Wrap it up.
you don't wanna talk about DMX.
Ooh.
We
My
should.
dogs fight.
Unfortunately, we called it last Tuesday.
We did.
As we have
We did.
we said rest in peace DMX, and it was like literally 24 hours later, and it was just like,
No, it's Friday morning.
It was Friday. Well,
Was it?
Yeah,
I mean,
Friday. Well,
it was Thursday.
Thursday
but
night. It
Which was
it
total
broke.
bullshit.
Thursday
night.
it leaked. Friday it was.
It leaked Thursday because
True.
The Rock tweeted out, just heard about DMX, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then 3 minutes later, his manager came out and was like, no, he's not,
not
dead.
dead
da, da,
yet.
da, which just means
The scramble to get his finances
he's dead,
and shit
but
in
we need
order.
to get his affairs in order before we announce it. And then Friday morning at like 9 a.m. or whatever it was, or 10 a.m., they announced it that DMX had passed away. Earl Simmons, a.k.a. DMX, one of my top
Doc Man
5
X.
all-time favorite rappers, was one of the first rappers I actually ever really loved. And it was that this one, it hit a little harder than most celebrity deaths. Not because I was upset because it's a celebrity or it's somebody I had a bond to,
No,
nothing
just
like that.
brought you back to a certain era of
Not
your
even
life.
just that, but I'm just really disappointed that we didn't get to see the second chapter of DMX's life, which was Earl Simmons, the pastor. Because I would have gone to that church every single fucking Sunday.
I mean,
to
that
listen
was
to DMX
his
preach.
dream. But then drugs came
yeah,
into play.
and that's like the really tragic part of all of it. It's like you saw it coming.
Oh,
You
of
saw it
course
coming
you did.
years ago, and you're like, Jesus, man, get better. And he went to go to rehab.
Remember when he did the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Absolutely.
He was
Bro,
like
you-
straight out of prison.
You see
in
him and you're
rehab.
like, damn, bro.
He was in and out of
You
prison.
go Dasher and Dancer. Yeah.
He was in and out of
and he was
prison
just
for a
sitting
while.
there banging on the table and shit.
And he had a lot of obviously he had a lot of problems in terms of struggle with addiction for a long time, and it's really sad when anybody struggles with addiction. And I keep seeing and the other thing, I see these people, they keep posting like, oh, y'all out here saying R.I.P. DMX and showing him love, and why don't you show the same junkie that lives down the street from you the same love? It's like, bruh, first of all, like, I don't know that guy, and he probably stole my bike at one point.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, but I'm not
You
going to
hear
show.
stories of like DMX like buying cigarettes for people and shit when he sees them out.
Honestly, like I don't know, like if I felt as bad for every random junkie that died in the city of New Bedford as I did for like about DMX, which I didn't even really feel that bad. It was just like,
No, it's just
aw,
kind of like that sucks.
damn, man, like
Yeah.
I love that.
You know what? I'm gonna listen to it right now just because I'm going to.
Yeah.
What
did-
about the game? You didn't hear that? You see the game tweeted out?
No, I did not.
The
No.
game, for whatever reason, fucking tweeted out, oh, you all better start showing me some respect. I don't want to see the same shit about me after I'm dead. It's like, what? Like, he's upset that people are putting, like, R.I.P. DMX. And he's like, no one was doing this before he was dead.
Are you
Was
sure
like,
it was him?
the
was
game?
It, was it an authentic tweet? Are
yeah,
you sure?
unless someone photoshopped the shit out of it. It seems
Probably-
like,
it could've happened.
seems
Could've
like
been.
something the game would say.
Possibly.
He says weird-ass
Possibly.
shit.
The game came out what? Fucking 2 albums. Sit down.
No, that's what
Nah,
I mean.
game's nice, dude. Game's
Way
nice.
back when? Not anymore.
We're gonna compare him to DMX.
No.
Nah,
Skill
no.
wise?
No.
No.
2 albums, mostly featured people.
Hold on, Joey.
DMX.
X
put out
was a different
3
level,
albums
bro.
in a year and a half span.
Do you know that as of I think it was last Tuesday, DMX's his streaming
Yeah.
on all streaming services
Oh, it was through the roof.
increased 954%. He went from like
A barely mention.
I think like 800,000 stream like a day to like 9.8 million a day. Like it and I've gotten 1,000 Snapchats from 1,000 people
Just listening to
just
DMX.
being like, listen, it's X all day today. Like I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I was cleaning my house with it on all day.
Bro,
all day.
I went to the gym today, and I've told you guys this, and maybe some other people have listened. Like, I've been in a rut, in a funk with the gym now for like a year and a half, 2 years. Like, I haven't been able to like kind of like shake this. Just like I just go and I just kind of go through the motions. I'll go to the gym and I'll put on a podcast instead of listening to music like I used to. I don't lift like angry anymore. And
Because you missed that Doc Man X in your life.
I've been searching to get back to that. I've been trying to find whatever it was that made me want to do that. And I've been searching for it. And then I went in today and I hit just like a shuffle on my liked songs, every song I liked. And it just went on a run of like 4 DMX songs in a row. And I lifted
Joe
as
was like, I'm going
angry
to put up 400.
and heavy as I've lifted in ages. And I was like, there it is. There it is. And I even told my buddy as I was leaving, I'm like, bro, I think I found it. I think I'm back I'm like this close to making this my religion again.
He's like, yeah, man, you fucking smashed a mirror like an asshole.
But it was just like it's that I often joked about DMX being the best lifting partner I ever had.
Well,
And it wasn't really a joke, but he was the best lifting partner I never met.
guy, think about this. When we were younger, and I could go back to like basketball DYAA like seasons when we were like 14, 15 years old. Guy, what would we listen to in our headphones? Fucking DMX. We're sitting there before shoot-arounds. We're just like, all right, I'm going to kill this dude today. Yep, ain't nobody stopping me. I'm dropping 40.
Shut him down, open up shot, and then you go
Yeah,
out and you
legit.
like brick the next like 5 shots.
Yeah, but who cares? In your mind, you're like, I'm still
But
going to
it
get it.
didn't matter.
I'm still
I'm
going to
done.
get it.
And you're like, yeah, that's right, bitch. And they're like, people
But
are
dude,
like,
that's
what the
literally
fuck
that
is
was
wrong with you?
hype songs. Like legit, you just be listening, you'd be like, oh, I'm in the fucking zone now. Good luck.
Like I could literally, I remember when I was training for the Mass State Police PT test. Like I had the prayer inserted into one of my like playlists when I was running. So in the middle, middle of me running, all of a sudden like the prayer would kick in, and it was like Lord, give me the strength, and I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking run.
Like, give me the strength. That ain't the
hot.
finish. Just run.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm fucking going, I'm getting to the fort, and I'm
That was too
getting
animated.
back.
Fuck.
Like it was like, but it was he made some of the most angry, awesome bangers of all time. He's in my top 5. Like my top 4 rappers that will never move were X, Jeezy, Styles, and Jada. Like those are my top 4 that will never.
Jada's so good.
That will never be edged off that. Now 5, like then it starts getting murky. Then you start getting into like the Snoops, the Dre's, the M's, the Biggies.
I love Nas.
Nas is in there. Like there's so many guys that like kind of can fill that 5th role depending on my mood. Like Buck, 50.
Well, it's just the storytelling.
Any of the G Unit
Nas.
guys.
I always put Nas a level above just because the stories he tells is just ridiculous.
I mean, like Buck was my favorite G Unit guy.
G-Unit, yeah.
So maybe like he would fill that 5th role. But then again, I'm like, Get Rich or Die Trying. Shit, like that was.
I feel like Buck like sounded like so late. Like I feel like he was like the lost member of G Unit.
Well,
No, that was Tony
he
Yayo,
was
bro.
the South. That's why he
No.
came on late.
No, he didn't.
Young Buck wasn't there
Dude,
right
was
away.
Yes,
Dude,
he was.
Wasn't he in prison? When
He was on the
G Unit
first
came out?
album. The only guy that wasn't there was Yayo because he was in prison.
Oh, I had that backwards.
I thought Buck was in prison.
The
I thought
original
Buck
G
came out
Unit
late.
was Buck, Banks, and
Yeah,
and
but I
50.
thought he went to prison like right away.
No,
You might be
Buck's
right.
got mad shit out. It was
No, after.
Tony Yayo was in prison.
I love Lloyd. I liked Lloyd.
I like Lloyd Banks.
You remember when
like
Buck
that.
said on the album, I hope Yayo watching us at the Grammys. He was like, oh, Eminem performing on stage at the Grammys. Hope Yayo watching from prison. Whatever he said, like in Let Me In.
Oh shit, he's back in jail right now.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
No, he is.
No, he is.
but no, that was the thing. Like, but X is always one of the guys in my top 4 because no matter what you put on by DMX, I could fuck with it. It was just one of those guys that hit you in a different way.
All right. What was your favorite CD?
Probably Flesh of My Flesh.
I told you the one that he was like coming out of blood in the cover. It was like white and red.
Flesh of My Flesh.
Grand Champ is up there for me too, though.
Dude, I fucking suck at naming like
Honestly,
albums. I just
and
remember
then I
pictures.
loved And Then There Was
And,
X.
and I know
loved And
they're
Then
all
There Was
good.
X.
I really don't know if I have an actual favorite X album because every single one, I feel like there's 3 or 4 songs in each one where I'm like, oh yeah.
Well,
oh,
all
yeah,
right.
oh,
So I'll put
yeah.
it this way: it's dark and hell is hot. There's no skipping. You just start
You
it and you end it.
And yeah,
Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. There was a couple that you could skip through.
some of the slower shit.
And then there was X.
the
again,
one that he did with Faith Evans that everybody loves. It was not.
I
really,
didn't really like it.
No, I'm in my
but like,
wheelhouse.
and then there was X. Didn't really have to skip any.
Nah.
That was another one that you just
And
started.
then there was
and
X,
played.
and then there was X again.
Yeah, right.
I think we might have
And then Grand Champ was great, but there was a few that you could skip around. I honestly even like the Great Depression.
The Great Depression was
Great Depression
good.
that's low key like a banging
Is that
CD.
his last one?
No. He did so many more with Bloodline after that, but that
Yeah.
was his last like good one. That was where the hood at.
Bloodline Anthem is one of my low-key favorite songs.
We may have to split the Young Buck thing because he went to jail in 04, 2011, 2016, and
Right,
2020.
but he put out the albums. He put out the G Unit album.
Which year did that? The one that came out with like the.
03, end of 03.
So he went to jail like
So
immediately
like
after
I'm
that.
thinking Young Buck when
G-Unit
Kill
album
Bill
came
came
out-
out was when Young Buck did the Bang Bang I'll Shoot You Now. That was his first album.
That was
So
like
it was
the Kill-
2004. That was the spring
That
of
was his
04.
first
that came out.
album. That was his first album.
Spring of
Yeah,
04.
then he went to jail immediately after that.
Right, and then he came out, and then by 06 he had already come
Actually, I
out
thought
because
he was in jail when he made the album.
he
thought
had
so,
get
too.
he had get.
I thought he was
Buck.
in jail when he made the album.
Well, the album was already made. He can't make the album in jail. He was already in jail.
Lil Wayne did. So did fucking a few people.
But he rhymed everything with the N word, so he's
This is true.
good.
This is true.
I'd have to look it up. I'd have to go back. I don't know. I need my brother to set me straight on that shit. Like either my brother or Keith Emerald. Those are the only two people I trust when it comes to hip hop
Dude,
history.
I was just shocked just now looking up Young Buck's like arrest record. I was like, dude, he's in jail every 3 years.
That's called a rap sheet, sir.
Yes.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. I just Googled it. I don't fucking care
Of course you don't give a shit. You're an insensitive bastard.
Fuck off.
Wow, really? Yes.
At least,
And
you
that's
know,
how we end the show.
Keith just ends it with a fucking reverse dung. Huh.
I give you credit. You kept it consistent all night.
We were going to get into the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox postponing their game, but we'll save that for another night. We'll save that for next Tuesday because obviously they had to postpone it. Because,
Yeah, we'll save it for next Tuesday when there is no show.
no, we'll have a show next Tuesday.
I'm not going to be here. I'm in the Cape.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
This week.
So it'll be me and Sean. So we'll be
I thought.
here.
2 weeks from now.
I thought
2 weeks from tonight, we will not have a show.
2 weeks.
We will not have a show 2
But
weeks from
would-
tonight
you know,
because
I thought
I listen. I gotta get it done.
I thought that was the next week's plan.
No,
I gotta do what I gotta do. It's gonna have to happen. We
I
can't skip a
gotta
show.
do
We
what
can't
I
skip. We
gotta
can't take
do.
2 weeks off.
Let's take 2 years off.
Damn, son.
I think that would be quitting.
No, I
Damn,
said
son.
just 2 years.
I mean, we did used to take
Just
the summer off.
104 weeks. That's
We
it.
did used to take the summer off, but we're not doing that anymore because we got too much shit to talk about. We're kind of too big now.
My
So.
knees hurt.
Fuck your
All right.
knees.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
to
Joey
back it
Fats,
out of
Radio
me.
Row 1, Seat 1. I am Joey Fats. With me, as always, Darkness.
And the
Mr.
insensitive
Betancourt.
bastard.
Hey, thanks,
The
guys.
insensitive bastard, Sean Betancourt.
Sorry, Keith.
We'll be back next Tuesday night.
Joe
Sean and I,
Willie.
just me and
Insensitive
Sean.
prick.
Keith will be on the Cape on vacation. And
I might call in. You never know.
who knows? We'll
Never
get to
know.
it. It'll be our final draft preview before the draft. We'll talk about that. We'll obviously keep you abreast and everything else that's going on as well.
Abreast.
Be sure to
breath
check
of
out
fresh air.
row1seat1.com. Sean's got a great Julian Edelman article coming up, in addition
Yeah.
to a bunch of other stuff that we're going to be posting over the next couple days. So we'll be we apologize. We've been slacking a little bit on that, but
Stimpy, you idiot.
we'll get to you. We will. We promise. We haven't forgot. So thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you like and share. Don't forget to check us out on Spotify. In about 1 hour's time, this show should be up and live, ready for you to listen to and distribute to all of your friends and family. Peace out, everybody. We will
Peace.
catch you next week.
Adios.
Deuces.